We're the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at FordofHagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. In West Virginia, colorectal cancer is the third most common cause of cancer deaths for men and women combined. Yet, it is one of the most preventable. Every Friday in March, you will be able to purchase a FIT test for $25 to screen for colon cancer. Stop by one of the following locations on FIT Fridays to pick up your test kit. WVU Medicine Internal Medicine Blue Ridge in Martinsburg, WVU Medicine Internal Medicine Charlestown, or WVU Medicine Urgent Care in Charlestown, Inwood, or Martinsburg.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball!
It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford, Rocks, the Heffley Motor Company, the Wagner Law Firm, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, the Skinner Law Firm, the Browns Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Orsini's, Carter Myers Automotive, Century 21 Modern Realty Results, the Palace Lounge, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Hagerstown Ford, the Berkeley County Health Department, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Mother Shuckers, L.A. Roberts Jewelers, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, and the Mansion Freddie Law Firm.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Where's Bowen at?
Good evening from P.O. Faulkner Park for high school baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Trip Tobin. Aiden Sensaballs, our on-site producer. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop as we welcome you into the pregame show, brought to you by Skinner Accident Injury Lawyers, representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. It's the 5-0 Martinsburg Bulldogs playing host to the Smithsburg Leopards out of Maryland, who are 0-1 to start the season. A young ball club taking on the experienced Bulldogs, who continue to find ways to win, picking up a road victory against Hedgesville Friday night in a bitter cold game. Final score of that one was 8-4. Sunny skies here for this one, Trip. Brisk wind, though, could play a factor when the sun goes down, but still looking forward to a great game for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the sun's out. That's a little different than Friday night when Bulldogs were at Hedgesville and those guys were playing, and it was just bitter for everybody. And Carson Buber kind of got to his pitch ceiling there, and he was a little bit stoved up a little bit from the cold and tight, and it was just a tough environment to play for both teams. But once again, Martinsburg finding themselves, in a real tight ball game late, with 4 to 6 outs to play and finding a way to get it done, and that's what good teams do. You're not going to bring your A game every day on the mound, in the field, and at the plate, and in base running. So they found a way. Hats off to Carson Buber for what he was able to do the first 4 innings there, and then what Oviedo came in and did and shut him down. And also what he did at the plate was just phenomenal. So, Jimmy, we've seen a little bit of what Jameer Brown can do at the plate, as he had the sophomore come up in a big spot and a couple RBIs there that were just huge for Martinsburg. So they continue to find ways to win in the close games and the blowouts, and that's what good teams do.
Martinsburg this week has a very busy schedule, 5 games in 5 days. This one the first of those 5, and because of that, with the way the pitching rotation is, we will see for the second time this season his second varsity start, the sophomore that you just mentioned, Jameer Brown. It was a quick outing for him in that first time around, only pitching 2 innings against Berkeley Springs, getting the win for the Bulldogs in those 2 innings. He had a few strikeouts getting that win. I believe it was 5 strikeouts, 0 walks as well. So it'll be nice to see him maybe get challenged a little bit more, but still have a successful outing. That starting battery brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page, both being sophomores, and Jameer Brown and Braden Edwards behind the plate for the Bulldogs again tonight. And he's really impressed there as the catcher, a very young catcher for this team so far now in his 6th game starting as the catcher.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it a couple of times, and you kind of beat a dead horse as to, him being possibly, a question mark defensively. We knew offensively that, he was going to be able to come in and make some noise. Defensively, catching, varsity pitching, not having an opportunity last year to even get even a few innings in, as Sifford kind of took that role and run with it and stayed healthy all year. So, but he has done everything and more. Defensively, he had some really nice plays last Friday night against Hedgesville when blocks meant a tremendous amount, keeping runners out of scoring position, not letting them move up on balls in the dirt, allowing pitchers to throw balls down, in the strike zone and throw their off-speed stuff, down and away. He was able to stay away from pass balls, and he's been just getting better by the game. And we had game 6 here, and he settled in and called basically every pitcher on the staff. And I talked to the pitchers, and, they are fine because, pitchers like to throw to catchers that they're comfortable with, and they are certainly comfortable with this young sophomore.
Before we step aside, take our first break on the Skinner Law Firm pregame show, we'll quickly get the EPAC Baseball Roundup, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets, with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rocks. 2 of the 3 games taking place today already in action. It's the top of the 6th inning. Jefferson has extended its lead to 6-2 over Frankfort at home. And then the other game currently in action between Musselman and East Hardy at East Hardy's in the bottom of the 2nd inning, tied up at 3-all. East Hardy has runners on first and second with 2 outs. And then the final game taking place later today is Hampshire at Washington. That's your EPAC Baseball Roundup. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl tile and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We're accident, injury, and disability lawyers with over 120 years combined local trial experience. When injury or illness has stopped you from working, you may be eligible for Social Security disability. Ron Harmon has been winning disability claims for over a quarter of a century. Don't hire some out-of-state firm. Ron Harmon's in Martinsburg. He will meet with you right here in our office. Get a local lawyer you can trust. Call 304-LAWYERS for a free consultation. 304-LAWYERS or 304-263-0900.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park, home of the Martinsburg Bulldogs. We'll continue the Skinner Law Firm pregame show now on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 and get into our coaches' interviews for this evening, brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons. Now joined by the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Aaron Byler. Coach Byler, your team continues to win, now 5-0 on the season. We'll talk a little bit about last game first. You guys had your first road test against Hedgesville. What were some positives? What were some negatives in that one?
Well, I didn't think we fielded the ball very well at times, and part of that might have been a little bit the field conditions and cold weather and stuff like that, but we have to do a better job of fielding the ball. You know, Carson, I thought, only, got hit hard one time. We didn't feel it real well, and then Ben came in and unfortunately couldn't find the strike zone, but I think a lot of credit to Ovi for coming in and shutting it down there when he did. And just positives is just their ability to get down and come right back and not pout and not get down themselves and just be focused and make sure they get the job done.
You mentioned Oviedo coming in to kind of get the save. You mentioned earlier on in the season that was the situation that you wanted him to be in, and it played out for you the first time around. What specifically did you really like from him out on the bump?
Well, I just like how he fills up the strike zone, and his off-speed stuff is, pretty good, and I think for an inning or two, he's really, really effective, so I just like him in that closer role.
Take a look at this entire week, starting off with tonight. You guys get to host Smithsburg. What's the approach for not only tonight's game, but kind of the entire week with a busy schedule?
Well, the approach is treat it one game at a time, try to win today. Smithsburg's a quality baseball team. I think they remind me a lot of Frankfort. They're going to put the bat on the ball, and they're well coached, and they're going to do things the right way. So we just have to focus on them tonight and, not look ahead to the rest of the week. With that said, we kind of plan out our pitching and stuff like that. So we got Jameer Brown on the mound tonight, and, anytime he starts, he's only a sophomore. So we're going sophomore with the battery. So that's a big test for him every time out.
It is his second start at the varsity level. What was the message to him kind of after that first start, and what are you hoping to see from him today?
Well, I don't think he was really challenged in that first start, but I thought he threw a lot of strikes and just let his defense play. I think our defense is top notch, as opposed to not so much on Friday night. But I think we're good at home, especially on the turf, and just let his defense work and not try to do too much, and just let us make plays behind him.
Anything else, Coach?
Thanks, Colin.
Thank you. Best of luck. Now joined by the head coach of Smithsburg, Patrick Moore. Coach Moore, one game under your belt so far in the regular season. Just tell us a little bit about your team so far.
We've got a really young group of guys, but I really like what we've got. We're building really good team chemistry right now. We're just looking to build off of, our first game of the season, and hopefully we just improve in a couple areas.
Building off of last year, what were some things that you've seen your team so far grow in during the off season?
Right now, we're just in a bit of a youth movement. I mean, we've graduated 16 seniors the last 2 years, but we're looking to hustle, just play, we preach hard 90s and that sort of thing. Just, your basic baseball. Nothing fancy here at Smithsburg right now.
With the youth coming up, who are some guys that have stepped up and tried to take a leadership role early on?
Well, we've got the one senior who's actually leading us right now. That's Preston Givens. Behind him, we've got a trio of sophomores, Aiden Vanspeaker, Heath Givens, who's Preston's little brother, and then Chase Sarber, who you actually see on the mound tonight for us.
What's the approach that you're hoping for him to take going up against Martinsburg?
Right now, we're just hoping we can pound his zone, throw strikes, and hopefully we can field the ball behind him tonight.
What have you seen from Martinsburg? If you've gotten to watch any film off them, what stands out to you about them?
Anytime you're playing a team at the caliber of Martinsburg, they're going to play solid baseball. They're going to hit the ball well. They're going to throw the ball well. They're very fundamentally sound, so they're not going to hurt themselves. So you've actually got to beat them because they're not going to really give you. They're not going to give you many opportunities to make mistakes.
Anything else, Coach?
No, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate the time. Best of luck.
Thanks.
That was our coaches' interviews brought to you by Rock's Local Markets. Fast, fresh, friendly Rock's. We'll step aside and take another 2-minute break on the pregame show brought to you by Skinner Law. And on the other side of this break, we'll get the weather, starting lineup, and more. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
The Sports Mix is your #1 source for the top sports stories in the Eastern Panhandle.
I believe the NFL is a week-to-week industry, so I am telling you this week is when the Beast predicts that the great number 17 will in fact touch that field at some point.
Co-host Nick Verzolini, Kyle McLaughlin, and Dylan Bishop break it all down weekdays from noon to 1 and re-aired from 5 to 6 right here on Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10, and the TV 10 Facebook page.
Score huge savings on a new Chevy this month at CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg. Right now, during Chevy truck season, get a new 2024 Silverado 1500 with 0.9% financing plus no payments for 120 days. Or get MVP savings with up to $11,000 off MSRP. And did we mention every new car comes with Chevy Complete Care and our lifetime powertrain warranty? Find new roads at CMA's ChevroletofMartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Welcome back here to P.O. Faulkner Park as we are getting closer to first pitch between the Smithsburg Leopards and the Martinsburg Bulldogs this evening. Smithsburg right now finishing its warm-ups for pregame. Let's now get today's weather brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships, proud to be the owners who just care more. 51 degrees, sunny skies right now in Martinsburg. Temperature going to drop, though, rapidly throughout the next few hours this evening, down into the mid to low 40s. 8-mile-an-hour wind with gusts up to 15 miles an hour to the southeast right now. The wind making it feel like 49 degrees outside. You can see that American flag in left kind of going over towards left field. But other than the wind, it's a beautiful night for baseball. Clear blue skies, sun still out, and looking forward to Game 6 of the year for Martinsburg to see if they can keep the undefeated season alive, Trip.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things like you hear Coach Baller on, talking about taking it one game at a time, not looking ahead of Smithsburg. All the things you need to do is you get a little winning streak going, and you got some EPAC games coming up this week. It's easy to look past a young team like this, but we've seen how young Spring Mills is. They graduated a tremendous amount of players too, and heard a similar coach's interview from Coach Barrett as we did hear from Smithsburg's coach. So, these young guys are hungry, and Martinsburg's going to have to play Martinsburg baseball and jump out on top and keep the pressure on them. Because anytime that you're the underdog, all you want to do is stick around and give yourself a chance to win. And when you're when you're supposed to win, it's just that much harder on you when you're down late in the game.
Smithsburg wrapping up its warm-ups as Seven Nation Army starts to play. Smithsburg in the black hats with the purple bill, black uniforms with gold stripes on the sleeves, and the color looks like either black or very dark purple numbers on the back outlined in that gold. Purple leopard in cursive on the front of the chest with the numbers in the bottom right side. White for Martinsburg is what I was trying to say, but mixed my words up as hurrying things along here. Martinsburg with the black hats with the orange block M on the front. Those white jerseys have the orange numbers on the back outlined in black. Bulldogs written across the chest in the front in orange with the black outline as well. Already got the starting battery brought to you by Cody's Auto Body for Martinsburg. It's the sophomores in Jameer Brown and Braden Edwards. Let's now get today's starting lineups, starting off with the Smithsburg Leopards, who are 0-1 to start the season, as the starting lineups brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Starting batting first for Smithsburg is the pitcher number 4, Chase Sarber. Batting second for Smithsburg in center field, number 0, Eli Bowman. Batting third, the shortstop, number 5, Heath Givens. Batting cleanup at third base, number 8, Heath's brother, Preston Givens. Batting sixth at first base, number 6, George Mance. Batting sixth, catching, number 18, Matthias Smith. Batting seventh in right field, number 3, Jackson Thiessen. Batting eighth at second base, number 11, Tommy Becker. Batting ninth for Smithsburg, and playing in left field, number 1, Lucas McFarland. Now the lineup for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Batting first, the center fielder, number 25, Isaac Grove. Batting second, the designated hitter today, number 5, Carson Buber. DHing for the second baseman, Keegan Everhart. Batting third at shortstop, number 24, Braden Oviedo. Batting fourth at third base today for Carson, number 8, Ben Reisenweber. Batting fifth in right field, number 7, Christian Alter. Batting sixth at first base, number 3, Owen Rupenthal. Batting seventh, the pitcher, number 27, Jameer Brown. Batting eighth and catching, number 20, Braden Edwards. Rounding out the lineup for the Martinsburg Bulldogs in left field, number 23, Jackson Steen, as the two head coaches for the teams meet with today's umpire crew to exchange lineups, as things kind of behind schedule right now due to the JV game going 6 innings, and they had to end it with that 6th inning already at the 6 o'clock hour. It was a 6-6 tie between those two teams, as well as Smithsburg rallied back to tie it up there in the top of the 6th, and Martinsburg was unable to score in the bottom to get the win outright.
Yep, 4 6s, 6th inning, 6-6 tie. It's 6 o'clock.
That is
the
true.
magic number tonight. Now I see umpire down there, Jeff King in the field, Don Tappy behind the plate. They are exchanging pleasantries there, shaking hands, and it's like we'll be underway here soon. But talking to Coach Ballard a little bit after Hedgesville's game, he wasn't. I think his biggest takeaway from that game immediately after the game was the base runners they left on base, And that was kind of the theme of the Spring Mills game as well. You know, they had guys on second and third with one out and weren't able to get those guys in. It's one thing to get a 2-out triple or a 2-out double and leave a guy, but when you have runners in scoring position with one out, that really sticks in your craw, and that was something that he took away from that game as well. So look for them to try to, hit behind the runners, do the things that they do, do what we've seen them do, and rebound from them. As one of the teams is like all the EPAC teams, they just kind of get better and work on their weaknesses, work on the things that give them troubles during the games, and you get these guys out. They don't lack for practice, so I expect to see Martinsburg continue to get better each week.
It's a busy week for Martinsburg this week. They have today's game against Smithsburg. Then tomorrow night they play host to Washington at 7 p.m. On Thursday, Martinsburg is at Musselman. We have both of those games for you on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10, as well as WRNR TV on YouTube. And then Friday, they're in a Easter mixer as they take on Allegheny in the first game at 12:30, and then they take on Mountain Ridge at 2:30 following that. So 5 games in 5 days as both teams' lineups now get announced before first pitch. We'll step aside, make this a 3-minute break back at the studio. Dylan, a 3-minute break, then we'll be back for first pitch between Smithsburg and Martinsburg. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
The Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot are in a league of their own when it comes to rugged capability. Their relentless power and versatility make these vehicles the ultimate challengers for exhilarating adventures and formidable terrain. But it's not just performance that makes these cars special. It's the unwavering determination that inspires everything we do. That's why we're KBB.com's best value brand of 2023.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA's moving lives forward.
Available all-wheel drive on Pilot based on 2023 brand image awards from Kelly Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
The WVU Heart and Vascular Institute is pleased to announce that thoracic surgery with Dr. Shalini Reddy is now available in Martinsburg at WVU Medicine Berkeley Medical Center. Dr. Reddy has practiced thoracic surgery in the region for over 8 years and offers robotic laparoscopic surgeries for the lungs, esophagus, and more. For more information about thoracic surgery in Martinsburg, check us out online at mywvuheart.com.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age. From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com.
Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, where accident, injury, and disability lawyers with over 120 years combined local trial experience. When injury or illness has stopped you from working, you may be eligible for Social Security disability. Ron Harmon has been winning disability claims for over a quarter of a century. Don't hire some out-of-state firm. Ron Harmon's in Martinsburg. He will meet with you right here in our office. Get a local lawyer you can trust. Call 304-LAWYERS for a free consultation. 304-LAWYERS or 304-263-0900.
Welcome back here to P.O. Faulkner Park as the national anthem has concluded. It's time for First Pitch, brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call 304-263-4343. It's the Smithsburg Leopards taking on the Martinsburg Bulldogs tonight. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Trip Tobin. Aiden Sensabal's our on-site producer. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop. Top of the first innings brought to you by Ground Funeral Home and Cremations. Robert Fields & Sons, proudly serving our area since 1880, as we see on the pitcher's mound. Starting again for the Bulldogs, the sophomore Jameer Brown making his second start of the season. Sophomore gets to face Sarber, Bowman, and Heath Givens first for Smithsburg, as we have a final score already for today. It was Jefferson getting a 7-3 win over Frankfort to improve to 3-1 on the season. Washington getting ready to start against Hampshire, and East Hardy leads Musselman now 4-3 in the top of the fourth inning, but Musselman does have a runner on third with 2 outs. Trip, thank you.
Yeah, they've got Taryn Boyles at the plate. Good chance for Musselman to tie things up here as we keep an eye on that game, as well as Musselman is getting ready. They have a pretty good week ahead of them, and then they don't go to Myrtle Beach, but they do take a road trip and play some pretty competitive baseball teams in Light Ridge and a few others there in their schedule. So looking forward to see them over spring break, see some good competition, and looking forward to seeing them get Kyle Lohr back in the lineup. He's been out a couple of games, so that'll spark their offensive courses, and what he does in the outfield is just phenomenal as well. So they get through this span here. If they can get a win tonight and get the 4-1, and get Kyle back, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with here this week, as Martinsburg has to face them later this week. And Martinsburg's going to have a big a game against Allegheny too as well. Allegheny's had a lot of those Fort Cumberland kids that were on the Legion team last year. They won the state tournament that we faced. So be a big week for the Bulldogs.
Leading off now for Smithsburg is Sarber. Jameer Brown sets. And the windup and the first pitch coming in at 7-11 is taken by Sarber for strike one.
Fastball in the inner half. Going ahead and taking control there. The inner half, hitting his spots. See.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss from Sarber for strike two.
At the moment, Jameer's just bearing down, throwing some fastballs down and in. Young man took one and swung over one there. So 0-2 pitch.
0-2 pitch from Brown. Just misses outside. The count now 1-2.
Yeah, after going curveball in, then fastball in, fastball down, he went curveball away. Horizon went up to third, back up after the 2-strike count.
1-2 pitch outside again. The count now even at 2-2. Apologies here for some feedback. Some wires just kind of crossing over one another. Trying to fix that as we speak here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch to Sarber. Grounded foul over towards the third base dugout. Keeps things at 2-2.
Yeah, Jameer went back to that fastball in on his hands, and Sarber's seen it a few times now. He's able to get a piece of it. He backs Rasenweber up even another step now. Infield playing straight up, outfield straight up at the moment.
2-2 pitch, fouled off again by Sarber over the first base side and out of play now. It's the leadoff batter for Smithsburg. Continues to stay alive here against Jameer Brown of Martinsburg.
Fought that one off on the right side there, hit the blacktop coming in, and did the big hop over the fence. Went to the softball park.
And softball also in action. It's a doubleheader against Hampshire as the 2-2 pitch from Brown inside to Sarber. The count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That was a great 2-2 pitch by Jameer. Just missed on the inside. think it froze Sarber a little bit. He couldn't do nothing with it. If it had been half a ball in, he might have got the punch out.
3-2 pitch outside for ball 4 as Sarber gets a leadoff walk for Smithsburg.
That was a great at-bat by Sarber. That was an 0-2 walk. That's a quality at-bat there. And, had him 0-2, fished around, and the young man fought off some strike threes for fouls and then took a very tough inside fastball and then got a fastball away that definitely wasn't a strike for ball 4.
Bowman now on to bat for Smithsburg with the runner on first. Lets the first pitch go by. It's low for ball 1. Bowman, the center fielder, he wears number 0. Don't see that too often in baseball.
You don't see 0 much in sports at all, do you?
Now in football you can. In
starting to see
basketball
it more, yeah.
you see it sometimes.
Very rare in baseball.
1-0 pitch misses outside. The count now 2-0 to Bowman.
What's the difference between 0 and 000?
Good question.
Still 0?
Still probably 0, but I don't think you can have a 0 and a 000 on your roster. But I guess it's just a preference for the player as the
I don't know.
2-0 pitch called a strike to Bowman. Count now 2-1. Which would you choose?
Probably just 0.
Just 0? Aiden says 0 as well. Just a 000. Aiden opposes you, Trey.
Oh, buckshot.
Throw over to first, not in time on the pickoff attempt. Can you be 000? That'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rasenweber's up. They're expecting possibly a bunt here out of the 2-hitter to maybe move the runner. Jameer's keeping an eye on the runners moving.
That runner moves. It was a hit-and-run situation, but it's fouled off by Bowman. Count now 2-2.
He had a wide open left side as he tried to slap it through. As the ball was tailing away from him, he was trying to slap it through the shortstop, the 6-hole there, as Oviedo vacated the spot to cover the bag and left it wide open. And the young Bowman there just barely missed an opportunity for an easy C&I base hit.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner on first goes. The swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Oviedo's tag. Not in time. Bowman strikes out swinging for out number 1. Sarber steals second on the throw.
It almost looked like another hit and run. You rarely see hit and run with 2 strikes. You don't want to force your batter to hit, a very bad pitch with 2 strikes. You kind of put it back in his hand. But the way he swung, it seemed that way. Now, whether or not he was just chasing, but he just kind of slapped at it and almost strike him out, throw him out as Sarber kind of slid through the bag.
First pitch from Jameer Brown to Heath Givens, called strike 1 at the knees. Top of the first, scoreless between Smithsburg and Martinsburg this evening.
Credit Smithsburg, they're working Jameer's pitch count. Jameer Brown hasn't had any quick outs.
Check swing. And they say he did go around, so the count 0-2.
Jameer needs to go ahead and finish it here and save some pitches.
Runner on second is Sarber. He takes his lead. Brown checks him behind. Does so again. And a timeout called by the batter, Heath Givens.
Had a little cat and mouse there with Oviedo and Everhart going short and second, kind of going back and forth, holding Sarber kind of stalled the batter there, and he tired of being froze, so he just called timeout.
Giffens steps back into the box.
Little release.
0-2 pitch from Brown. Outside, gets past the sophomore Braden Edwards. That allows Sarber go now 90 feet away from home at third.
0-2 pitch, fastball got away, got over in the left-hander's batter's box. Not much Edwards could do there. Tried to kind of pick it, just kind of crossed him up and got to the backstop. Not much the young man could do with it.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 1-2 wind-up kick and pitch. Fastball from Brown high to Giffens. Count now 2-2.
Jameer getting ahead of these batters and then hasn't been able to quite put them away so later in the count.
Brown sets, pitch. Fastball again high. The count now full at 3-2.
Jackson, how are you pronouncing his name? Tesson?
Thiessen.
Thiessen? Jackson Thiessen. Jackson. Jackson Thiessen. Seen a lot of that Jackson.
3-2 pitch. Misses for ball 4. It's the second walk issued by Jameer Brown. Runners on the corners now as Preston Giffens comes up to bat.
Second batter to walk after an 0-2 start. That's good work by the batter. Certainly Jameer would like to put them away earlier in the count or pitch to contact at 0-2, at least soft contact. And he kind of got him on the ropes there and kind of lets him off with pitches that are out of the zone.
This is the 20th pitch of the inning. It's a fastball right down the middle for strike 1.
Smithsburg opting to stay on that one, not take off on the first and third. Now we're seeing some signals as they're calling out numbers. Smithsburg and Martinsburg both using the wristband number sign, so look for something here. Maybe be a good time to pick.
If Rupenthal at first trying to hold the runner.
Runner's going.
Runner goes. Throw high, throw down, up. Oviedo throws it back home. Too high. Runner comes home to score. Sarber slides in safe. And it's a 1-0 lead in the top of the first for Smithsburg.
Yeah, stolen home. Both throws. Edwards' throw was high to Oviedo. He jumped up, snagged it, sent it flying back, and it was high to Edwards, but neither one could apply the tag. Both probably had very close plays should they have been on the money, but both threw up and allowed the run to score.
Still 1 out. Runner on second now. The pitch from Brown. Called strike 2 to Preston Givens.
Once again, we got Jameer in a pitcher's count. See if he can put Givens away here.
1-2 pitch.
Got him.
Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the evening for Jameer Brown. It's out number 2 in the top of the first. Now coming up to bat for Smithsburg's George Mance. Lefty stepping up to the plate with the runner on second in a 1-0 lead against Martinsburg.
If he can strike this guy out, he won't have allowed any fair contact the whole inning.
It's true. Brown looks at the runner at second now. Turns around. The first pitch. Called strike 1 to Mance.
Outside corner to the lefty. Just off the right-hander side of the plate. Ben Rasenweber back. Oviedo holding the runner. Rupenthal and Everhart staying home with the lefty at the plate.
0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed by Mance for strike 2.
See Alter out there and right, anticipating. He's got his face mask on. That's what I call it.
0-2 pitch. High and outside. Count 1-2. We learned it's called a shiesty a few days ago.
Shiesty, yeah.
It's Brown. Steps back on the rubber. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down goes Mance to end the top of the first. 1 run, no hits, no errors. 1 left on. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. It's Smithsburg 1. Martinsburg nothing. We're back in 1 minute for the bottom of the first. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Spring is that perfect time for your outside oasis. RAI Properties has been in business for 20 years. They do fences, patios, decks, and more. They'll even help you with HOA management, making it easy on you when it comes to dues, collections, violations, and those pesky monthly reports. Call them for an estimate today at 304-200-3144 or visit www.raiproperties.com.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head into the bottom of the first inning, brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online at orsinis.com. Smithsburg able to score a run in the top of the first. Martinsburg now up to bat. It will be Grove, Buber, Oviedo, the 1-2-3 batters. Reisenweber, Alter, Rubenthal goes 4-5-6. Brown, Edwards, Steen is 7-8-9 as they go up against Chase Sarber, starting off for Smithsburg on the mound. Catching for him is Matthias Smith. That's the Leopards battery today.
Matthias Smith back there, M-Y-T-H-I-U-S, another spelling that you don't quite see. And
first pitch to Isaac Grove. He fouls off over towards the softball field to our right for strike one.
Jameer had the first pitch strike on 3 of the 5 batters. 2 of those batters went to 0-2 and was able to get on base via the walk. And one come around to score after Smithsburg got a little aggressive on the base paths, and it paid off, as we see first ball there after their second pitch.
Count now 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. One hops over to the shortstop, Heath Givens. His long throw to first, beat out by Isaac Grove, and it's an infield single to start off the bottom of the first for Martinsburg.
Yeah, he played it. I mean, he didn't come to the baseball. He opted for the drop step, make the play on his glove side, and as he started to gather his feet, he got a little tangled up. Maybe you see him kind of rubbing his shin. Looked like he's got his cleat up in the shin. Maybe hooked his pant leg there or something. He had to regather his footing and throw over. And by that time, Grove had already raced down the line on a hard 90.
Carson Buber now up to bat. He's the DH today for Martinsburg. Is the first pitch from Sarber misses for a ball.
The last time Buber stepped in the plate, he sent one over in that quarry here at Martinsburg.
That's true. He had the walk-off 3-run homer in the bottom of the 8th to beat Frankfurt, and he sends this one now to center field, backing up on it's Eli Bowman, and he makes the catch before hitting the wall. And now having to go back to first is Grove, as Buber had a good sound off the bat, but the wind has kind of stopped here at P.O. Faulkner Park and didn't help that one travel as far as he wanted it to.
That was a great play by the center fielder. First step, he was gone. He opened up. He's left-handed out there, and it was on his glove side, and he just opened up and went after that thing like a Hail Mary, and he just got underneath of it and took off.
Grove goes on the first pitch to Oviedo and steals second as that pitch caught a strike to Ovi.
Buber hit it to the deepest part of the park, and young center fielder out there, Eli Bowman, tracked it down at just there at the base of the fence.
A 1 count, 1 out, runner on second, bottom of the first. It's Smithsburg 1, Martinsburg nothing, but a grounder down the third baseline. Rounding third, heading home is Grove. The throw cut off by the pitcher. It's a RBI double for Oviedo, tying things up at 1-1 in the bottom of the first.
Oviedo continued to stay hot at the bat. Didn't get all of that one, but he got it, hit it where it needed to be, down the line, pulled it, hopped there down the chalk line and into left field, and he had an easy stand-up double there as the throw came home, was cut off by the cutoff man, and no play at home, no play at second.
Ben Eisenweber now up to bat for Martinsburg.
Ben's been hitting as hard as anybody this year, and moved himself up here into the cleanup spot, and rightfully so, the way he's been hitting the baseball, and getting the sac flies when needed. He had a big triple there early in the season.
That was his first at-bat in the game Friday against Hedgesville.
Then he turned around and had a big triple against Hedgesville. So, not only is he just getting base hits, he's getting extra base hits.
First pitch from Sarber misses outside to Reisenweber for ball 1. Gets to play third base today as Buber DHing after his outing Friday on the mound. Reisenweber pops this one down the first baseline, hustling in foul territory. He had it and then dropped it to the right fielder, Jackson Thiessen.
Nice piece of base running there by Oviedo, 1 out. He's seen the ball foul. He was, anything foul, you're tagging up. Anything fair in that situation, you're kind of, you're going to try to move down the line, try to score on that play. But he did a great job as soon as he seen the runner cross that line and get tagged up and reading that ball foul.
Count now 1-1 to Reisenweber. Pitch from Sarber. Fouled off at a play. The count now 1-2 as it goes over the net to the right. Oviedo on second. It's the bottom of the first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Scores 1-1 between Smithsburg and Martinsburg. Pitch from Chase Sarber. Fastball popped up over towards the first base dugout. And it goes right behind it, keeping the count at 1-2.
Smithsburg catcher Matthias Smith back there. He's showing some athleticism. Seeing Smithsburg kind of lose their footing a little bit in those metal cleats, and they're just not ideal for the turf at times. So but the catcher there had some speed as he chased that ground ball or foul ball.
Another foul ball over towards the first base side as Ben Reisenweber continues just to stay alive in this at bat, fouling off pitch after pitch after pitch.
If you get on top of the baseball here, he could line that, in the right center field. He's got a little bit of a loop there in that swing. It's causing that thing to hand drops a little bit there in that swing, and he starts them low.
Pitch from Sarber outside past the catcher Matthias Smith. Oviedo hustles over the third on the wild pitch. It's the count now 2-2.
Nice write-up in the paper by Oviedo after the Hedgesville game come out Sunday, and actually paper come out today. But what he was able to do when Hedgesville was rallying there to shut that down, and in that huge EPAC matchup, was a great game out there. Both teams really fought hard.
2-2 pitch outside. Count now full at 3-2. That's the situations that Coach Aaron Byler of Martinsburg wants to see Oviedo in on the mound this year, coming in kind of as late relief / closer this season.
He did a great job of it. Right as first time we've seen Ben kind of lose the strike zone a little bit.
It's Ben Reisenweber, speaking of him now, walks on the 3-2 pitch high and outside. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Coming up the bat is Christian Alter now for Martinsburg.
Martinsburg now with the first and third. See how aggressive they'll be. We've seen Smithsburg use the first and third double steal to score their only run. See if Martinsburg opts to do the same. With 1 out, Smithsburg going to have to opt to throw down or come up with a first and third play, or just let them go.
Pitch from Sarber. Runner stays put. Originally it looked like Reisenweber was going to take off for second, but after one step, came back. Count 1-0 to Alter. First baseman, man's trying to hold Reisenweber as close to first as possible as the 1-0 pitch. Called strike 1, evening up the count to Alter at 1-1.
Musselman's fought to a 6-4 lead with a 2-out or a 2-run single here by Jason Myers has given Musselman a 6-4 lead, but the 1 out in the top of the 5th.
Now they continue to go back and forth against East Hardy. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball into right center field. Thiessen underneath it makes the catch for out number 2. His throw over down the third base line is tagging up, and coming home to score for Martinsburg is Oviedo. As the Bulldogs take a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the first now.
Young right fielder out there, Jackson Thiessen, turned that thing loose and it had some cut on it, and it started cutting up towards the third baseline, and it nearly got halfway up the line as it come. It was way off the mark there, but nice sacrifice fly there by Alter, and once again Martinsburg had a man on third with less than 1 out, and that was something that haunted them in the Hedgesville game. They was able to get him home here in that one.
Now 2 outs, runner on first as the first pitch to Owen Rupenthal misses from Sarber for ball 1. Sarber sets on the rubber. Wind up kick and pitch. Line drive into right center field. It's going to get down, and scooping it up is Thiessen, rounding second, heading to third is Reisenweber as the throw goes over and hitting the wall. Now coming home to score is Reisenweber. It's 3-1, and at second, is Rupenthal on the throwing error.
Yeah, Rasmussen seen that ball fly over, and most guys hold up there. They really didn't get too far away from the fielders, but he never broke stride, and because of that, there was not even a play there, even though the ball came hard off of the fencing. That's completely on him, as he has the ball in front of him. Coach is coaching him into third, and once he gets over, if he hesitates, he has to stop. Zero hesitation on the overthrow, and there was, as it came back to the feet of the pitcher, the third baseman, Rasmussen was already 2/3 of the way home, no throw.
Now up to bat is Jameer Brown. First pitch catches the bottom part of the strike zone for strike one from Sarber.
Martinsburg showing what they can do with the bats and the base running.
Sarber's pitch outside. The count now even to Brown at 1-1. It's Martinsburg 3, Smithsburg 1. Bottom of the first, 2 outs. Runner on second.
Except for a couple early base running, mental mistakes. Martinsburg has really run the bases well and aggressively, pressuring the defense.
1-1 pitch from Sarber to Brown. Brown lets go by for strike two.
And I'm speaking of all 5 games, not tonight, but as a season.
1-2 pitch. Tried to get him to chase Sarber. Brown keeps the bat on his shoulder. It misses low and away for ball 2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. 2-run lead. Brown calls a timeout to step out of the box. Steps back in. Sarber sets. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball to right field. Thiessen has a play, and he makes the catch to end the first inning. 3 runs for Martinsburg Cross on only 2 hits, a walk, an error as well. We head to top of the second after this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on certified experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred compensation plan. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head to the top of the second, brought to you by the Heffley Motor Company, located at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg. A nice place to do business. It is Martinsburg 3, Smithsburg 1. Quick correction, Martinsburg had those 3 runs on 3 hits. So I misspoke earlier, said 2 hits, but there were 3 for the Bulldogs, as now going back out to play defense is Martinsburg. Brown gets to face the 6, 7, 8 batters in Smith, Thiessen, and Becker.
Brown looking to continue his dominance there, as he hasn't really allowed a ball in play. Smithsburg has scored their only run via the free base. That was the 2 stolen bases and the 2 walks that allowed them to score that run. They got aggressive on the first and third, but Smithsburg yet to put a ball in play here, and we're only in the second inning. But he has shown that he can dominate. He just needs to cut down those couple walks, and I think you'll see a quicker inning this inning.
First pitch swinging is Smith. He sends it to center field. Backtracking's Isaac Grove, and he'll make the catch for out #1 to retire Smith.
1 pitch, 1 out. That's all I've seen, right? I think that's probably what he went in there. I think Coach Zarnecki, Kurt Zarnecki, the pitching coach, probably said, hey, you don't have to strike them all out. You got a great defense there behind you. Throw the contact, get on top again, and finish these guys off. Don't nibble as much, and pound the zone.
First pitch, it's a grounder right back to the pitcher from Thiessen. Brown throws over to first. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Think this guy's taken?
He should.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. We'll see what happens. The other guy should have took.
I'm not making any predictions because I've learned that my predictions aren't that well thanks to my March Madness bracket. Now up to bat is Tommy Becker. You think Coach told him to take the first pitch no matter what there?
I would think.
It's Brown sets. Wind up and the pitch. Up and in.
I don't think he had a choice.
No, he had to dodge that one from hitting him. Count now 1-0.
Smithsburg dugouts telling him to wear it in the ear hole.
No, thank you.
Not
on a night like this. Not on
ever.
any night. Yeah, 1-0 pitch. Again inside, backing up is Tommy Becker. Count now 2-0.
See Jameer out there is tall, lanky right-hander. I always wonder why you could wear a white uniform, but you can't wear a white sleeves or a white glove.
I don't know. It's a good question, I guess.
Things that make you go,
2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss from Becker. Count now 2-1.
Does that make sense to you?
My only thought is the type of fabric that I guess the sleeves and the glove are made out of is more reflective, because that's the reasoning behind not having them, correct? Is because of the reflection, I believe. But
just anything white, in the hand, the glove, the undershirt, that type of thing.
2-1 pitch to Becker misses. Count now 3-1. 3-1 pitch coming from Jameer Brown. Line down the first base side and continues to go foul. The count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
The winds were so bad at Hedgesville that right as the JV game started, the batter's eye was torn in half and ripped, and they had to play both games without a batter's eye. White House there in the background, but not that it made a tremendous amount of difference, but that just goes to show you what kind of wind they had out there the night and the wind chill.
3-2 pitch. Fouled off over the first base dugout as Becker stays alive, trying to avoid a 3-up, 3-down top of the second inning for Smithsburg, who trails Martinsburg 3-1.
Regardless if he gets out, at least he forced Jameer to throw some pitches and had a sort of a quality at bat here by working the count here. So, that's all he could do at that point. 0-2 is just try to have the best at bat as possible, go deeper into the count, take a pitch or two. Keep a young pitcher out there from cruising with a 3 or 4 pitch inning. So, regardless, young man did all he could do here. He's trying to get on base.
Payoff pitch, fouled off again by Tommy Becker.
Continuing to doing his job here of making this a long at bat, making a long out after the first 2 guys come up in 2 pitches.
Yep, this will be the 8th pitch of the at bat. Becker steps back into the right-handed box for Smithsburg. Brown shakes off a few pitch calls as now he calls timeout.
These long at bats where you foul a lot off kind of put your defense to sleep a little bit, and they don't quite have their prep step. Sometimes they get out of sync a little bit, so hopefully they can stay alive.
Fouled off pitch.
Stay in the life.
Continues to stay alive, yeah.
So
very impressive at bat for him, his first time up. Brown steps back on the rubber.
Really been at the knees, hands up high. Open stance.
Another 3-2 pitch. It's outside for ball 4s. Tommy Becker fights to get on first with a walk.
That was a great at bat there.
So after the first 2 batters only had 1 pitch each for 2 outs, Becker draws a walk after 9 pitches and comes up. The bat now is McFarland. It's Lucas McFarland up the bat as the first pitch from Brown. Swung on and missed by Lucas McFarland for strike 1.
So we've seen, Smithsburg, they have great eyes at the plate, great presence here at the plate, great eye. They work the pitcher, so you're going to have to go after them. Seen a couple of ball hard hit to start this inning.
Swing and a miss for strike 2 for McFarland. He can't time up the fastball from Jameer Brown. See if Brown goes back to it.
Looks like your typical 9-hitter in high school, smallish, athletic. Get bunt, run, hit.
0-2 pitch. Popped up down the first baseline. Owen Rupenthal trying to track it down, but it's out of play.
Once again, you see Smithsburg fighting at the plate, seeing pitches.
If they've done so a few times with an 0-2 count, able to battle back against the sophomore Jameer Brown as a few more baseballs retrieved and given to the home plate umpire. We're ready to go. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. Brown takes a deep breath. Wind up and the pitch. Called strike 3 as down goes Lucas McFarland to end the inning, and that is the 4th punch-out of the night for Jameer Brown. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Welcome you back as we head now to the bottom of the 2nd inning, brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Martinsburg's 8-9-1 hitters due up. Edwards, Steen, and Grove as the Bulldogs lead the Smithsburg Leopards 3-1.
Yeah, Smithsburg is not going away easy. I thought there maybe after that 2-pitch, 2-out inning that maybe Tommy Becker would go down in a 1-2-3 inning, but he fought to about a 10-pitch at bat and made it feel like Martinsburg had to work for that inning.
Edwards swings at the first pitch, just gets a piece of it as it trickles its way over towards the first base dugout for strike 1 on the foul ball. Chase Sarber, 25 pitches in the first inning, 15 of them for strikes, as the second pitch now to Edwards. Change up, fools Edwards as he swings through it for strike 2.
Musselman scored a run up there, now trail East Hardy 6-5 in the top of the 5th.
0-2 pitch inside to Edwards. It's ball 1.
They got out of a bases loaded 1-out jam with a strikeout and a ground out.
Pitch from Sarber. Popped up by Edwards to the left. Givens underneath it in foul territory, but unable to make the catch. Looks like he kind of just lost it in the light as it was coming down. He took 2 steps back and hit off his glove and then the turf. That was Preston Givens.
He had it squared up. Luckily he didn't, it was dead center of his body, and as it come off the glove, it came back and got him, maybe in the knee right there, like you say, it's a turf, but he didn't reach for it. It was there. He just lost it.
1-2 pitch now is fouled off into the net behind home plate by Edwards, keeping the count at 1-2. Edwards, sophomore, we know, has some power. We've seen him hit a home run already this season as the windup in the pitch from Sarber. Check swing. Edwards sends a grounder to the shortstop. Heath Givens, his throw, man's at first. Retires Edwards for out number 1.
Second time this year, we've kind of seen Edwards with an excuse me swing where he's kind of checking his swing, and he got a piece of it there, and soft ground ball outside the field for an out. So coach is coming out to bring the infield in, have a chat. I haven't really seen anything that he might be wanting to work on there, but he's certainly talking to his infielders, talking to the left side, and didn't say anything to the pitcher. Yeah, he was after the infield.
Yeah, there was an error last inning, but it wasn't by the infield.
And maybe he was finally getting his word in about that pop fly there at third base, and maybe that's what got him. But that was a play ago, so no harm, nobody hurt after the ground ball.
First pitch to Jackson Steen, called strike one at the knees. And you said nothing was said to the pitcher, Chase Sarber, even though that was, I believe, the pitching coach, as a line drive now to center field, running forwards Eli Bowman. He makes the catch, route number 2.
It was a hard hit shot there, almost dropped in. The center fielder made a great play. Looked like he was going to stay back and take the hop, but then he realized he had a shot at it, came in and got it there, picked it up off the dirt out there.
Now batting for Martinsburg is Isaac Grove. Grove singled his first time up. It was an infield single as he pops up the first pitch. It goes high and to the left in foul territory. Preston Givens underneath it, and this time able to make the catch as 3 up, 3 down goes Martinsburg in the bottom of the second.
Whatever he said worked.
It's true. We head to the third after this 1-minute break. It is Martinsburg 3, Smithsburg 1. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Must have worked.
We are the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Our on-site producer back at the studio is Dylan Bishop. Everybody staying warm here in the press box. Heat's on. Aiden's even got either a coffee or a hot chocolate. Coffee is second one tonight as well, I believe. So it's going to be a late night for him.
I don't think he really asked us if we wanted anything, did he?
No, he didn't.
I probably would have took a cup of coffee, but
I don't drink coffee. So I'm good.
I would have had 2 then. Yours, I would drink yours as well.
There you go. You'd be up all night, though, too.
Nah, it wouldn't keep me up.
Brown, first pitch, breaking ball that misses outside to Sarber.
One of the things that makes Brown hard to hit, and he's controlling it pretty well, but he throws his 2-seam. It looks like it has some run in on the right-hander's arm side run, and it and there was a 4-seam that just was up. But he can throw a pitch that kind of moves towards the right-handed batter, which is it's a great pitch from a righty. He just hasn't been able to place it, I think, at the moment. So it's kind of curveball and 4-seam the way it looks first 2 innings for strikes.
Pitch inside for ball 3 to Sarber as Brown facing the Smithsburg lineup for second time around. Sarber leads things off. It goes Sarber, Bowman, Heath Givens, the 1-2-3 batters. 3-0 pitch from Brown. Inside, it's a 4-pitch walk. Sarber walks down first base line for the second time today. Last time, though, it was after an 0-2 count that he was able to battle back and force 8 pitches in.
I was going to say maybe Jameer is going to, instead of going 0-2 walk, maybe he's going to go 3-0 strikeout.
Bowman now comes up to bat. Bowman struck out his last time up. The first pitch from Brown catches the outside part of the plate for strike one.
That pitch had a little run as it kind of, Edwards framed it in off that right-hander batter's box to the lefty.
Yeah, to me, because it was the lefty, has a throw over to first to try to pick off the runner. Kind of goes to the left of the bag, so no tag applied.
Rubenthal did a nice job of swallowing it up as it crossed his body to make that play, the lefty over there.
Looks like Brown might try to go outside again as Edwards takes one step to the left. It's
He
a bunt that hits
twice.
Foul.
He hit his bat twice.
Yep, count now 0-2 to Bowman.
Good call there by the umpire. He laid the bunt down. It was right in front of the plate, and as he was dropping on the bat, the ball come back up and caught the bat for a while he was still in the box, so it was called dead ball. Foul.
Now Brown has Bowman 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Throw over to first. Tag. Looked like never got applied to Sarber as he slides back in safely, but still one out as Bowman strikes out swinging for out number one.
It's a tough play by Edwards. It's hard to throw down to the first base with a left-handed batter, especially one that has swung and kind of hanging over the plate on an outside pitch. So it wasn't like it was inside in where he could, just throw over the batter. It was outside and away with the batter swinging. So that's a big-time play by Edwards to be able to get his body turned and make a strong throw there.
Keith Givens now up to bat as the first pitch from Brown inside for ball one.
Sweeping curveball that didn't make it to the plate for strike. Stayed in. Had some break on it. Just didn't have, started a little too much at the batter. Didn't have a chance to come back over to the zone.
Brown sets. Looking over his back shoulder at the runner at first as Heath Givens, the batter, calls timeout and adjusts his batting glove, stepping out of the box. It is 3-1 Martinsburg leading Smithsburg in the top of the third inning.
Jameer is not a guy who's going to work really fast, and Smithsburg's batter's doing a good job of not being frozen.
Pitch. Caught a strike. Another throw over to first from the catcher Edwards. Again, Sarver safe. Sliding back in.
Rubenthal's coming to the ball. If he would let it travel a little bit to the runner, he'd have a little better shot. As you see, he reaches, then he applies a tag. If he kind of just carry it through to the runner, he kind of reaches and catches out in front.
Now a pickoff attempt from Brown as they continue to try to get Sarber over at first.
Well, Sarber stole second, and then he stole home on the double steal. So certainly a guy he's out there at the cutout, so he's got a good lead. They're keeping an eye on him. He's getting a great secondary. And Martinsburg's keeping a good close eye on him here.
1-1 pitch, runner goes. It's a swing and a miss. The throw from Edwards to Oviedo bounces over his glove and almost bounces into the outfield, but Keegan Everhart able to snag it down and pin it to the turf.
Once again, Edwards come up, quick pop time, got the ball there quickly. The turf just kind of wasn't his friend there, as it generally skips along the turf for a throw to right on the bag. This one kind of come up. As it hit the dirt, it bounced up to about Oviedo's hip or belly button, and he wasn't able to get the tag down.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss to drop third strike, going to the backstop. The throw to first to the left of Rupenthal. And now throw home as great heads-up base running by Sarber. Went from second to third on the pass ball, and then saw the throw to first, so he comes home to score, making it a 3-2 game in the top of the third.
So Sarber scores from second on a strikeout. So great base running by him. Kind of a pass ball that probably crossed up Edwards a little bit, got away from him, but still a catchable ball. And then the throw that went kind of crossed the runner into Rupenthal, who wasn't able to handle it. Everhart opted to just hold it.
Now up to bat's Preston Givens. First pitch misses for a ball and actually squirted out of the glove of Edwards, but stayed in front of him. Got one out. Runner on first after the drop third strike. As Brown looks over his back shoulder, the windup and the pitch, runner goes. It was a hit-and-run situation as the ball fouled off by Preston Givens into the net behind home plate to even up the count at 1-1. Everybody resets now for the 1-1 pitch from the sophomore Jameer Brown. See if the runner at first goes again or not, as Brown decides just to step off the rubber to reset. Smithsburg only down by 1 run now against Martinsburg as the 1-1 pitch. Runner goes, it's high. Throw from Edwards to Oviedo was in time. The tag was applied, and there's out number 2 as Heath Givens gets caught stealing.
I mean, Smithsburg, great job what they're doing. They're just going to continue to take every opportunity they can to get a guy on base. They're going to try to run, try to create some chaos in Martinsburg. First time there, Martinsburg shown that they could stop the running game, and so we'll see if that slows things down a little bit. But great throw by Edwards. Great job there rebounding from a couple of balls that got away from him, and a couple guys stole there. So, Jameer was holding the runners. I don't think they necessarily stole on the pitcher, but just a bad hop that allowed Sarber to third or to second. Then the drop third strike let him come around to score.
2-2 pitch to Preston Givens. Sweeping curve, just missing the inside corner. Count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's 2 outs, bases clear. Top of the third, it is Martinsburg 3, Smithsburg 2. Jameer Brown sets for Martinsburg on the pitcher's mound. The payoff pitch fouled off into the net behind home plate to keep the count at 3-2.
Smithsburg does a good job of staying alive. They force you to throw strikes. They'll take walks. They'll steal bases. They'll do the little things like Coach said in the interview, the hard 90s, and that's not just the first.
Another 3-2 pitch, low for ball 4 as Givens fights and gets the walk. Now up to bat's Mans. That's the 4th walk for Jameer Brown today. He has 4 strikeouts as well. His first outing he had 5 strikeouts and didn't give up any walks.
This team here is have a great eye.
First pitch to Mance. Catches the outside corner of the plate for strike 1. Mance struck out swinging his first time up. It's Brown sets, and the 0-1 pitch just misses outside. Count now even at 1-1.
Jameer's in the 3rd inning here is already 60-plus pitches. You're going to see some of Martinsburg's staff here tonight, and it's probably not what Coach Bowler was hoping for, with all these games ahead of him.
1-1 pitch at the knees, called a strike to Mance. Count now 1-2. Got a runner on first. Brown takes a deep breath before the 1-2 pitch. The wind-up kick and delivery fouled off by Mance, and looks like it hit the catcher's helmet. Count stays at 1-2. Some new baseballs given to Jameer Brown.
Between the 5 walks and the drop third strike, the air let that runner on, and then 3 or 4 stolen bases. Smithsburg really taking advantage of the free bases that they're given, and they're taking.
The 1-2 pitch, low for ball 2. Mance steps back in on the left-handed box. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Brown inside for ball 3.
Can't really see the bullpen over there. Again, with those 5 games this week, you're hoping to see Jameer go deep into the game, and hopefully stay at 80, 90 pitches. And runner goes.
3-2 pitch as the runner goes. It's fouled over the first base dugout and way out of play by Mance.
Runner going on the 3-2, 2 out. But yeah, I mean, you were going to get into this Martinsburg pitching depth here, certainly this week, with this kind of a start here where the pitch count's up with Jameer. You're going to probably see, some of these other guys, throughout this week throwing, so we get to see them all.
3-2 pitch, misses low and in. It's ball 4, back-to-back walks now by Jameer Brown. Runners at first and second for Smithsburg, as Smith step up to bat now for the Leopards.
So he's got 6 walks and 6 strikeouts. He's matching them 1 for 1. Or 6, maybe 5.
Yeah, I believe it's 5 strikeouts.
We got
including that drop
third. Sorry about that. Yep.
That's the first pitch, called a strike to Smith. Brown sets. Looks over at the runner at second. The 0-1 pitch. Sweeping curve that doesn't curve enough in. Misses it inside for the ball.
He hasn't been able to throw it for a strike as much as he'd like to. Cold night, hard to get a grip. The ball's slick. Summertime, you get a little sweat and you get a little grip on the ball. It actually helps you throw the curve. Cold nights, the ball's slicker. Hands are cold. They're slippery.
1-1 pitch, misses low and away. The count now 2-1 as Jameer Brown kind of finding himself in some trouble now as a timeout's called, so his sophomore catcher Braden Edwards can go out and meet him midway to try to calm down Jameer. This is a big moment, top of the inning. 2-1 count, tying runs at second. Go ahead runs at first. You already had 1 score this inning to make it 3-2.
Yeah, big inning here. Smithsburg like to keep this inning alive. They've showed what they can do at the plate as far as, keeping the bat alive, keeping their at-bat alive. So he's going to have to come at them with strikes.
And he plunks him. Fastball drills the shoulder blade of Smith, and that will load the bases and bring up Jackson Thiessen. Aaron Byler's going to make his way out of the Martinsburg dugout to the left. It appears that Jameer Brown's night is finished.
Might be a straight swap with here comes. We're going to see Grant. I need to bring the glove out. Maybe it's a straight swap for Ovi. Yep. Looks like Owen. Owen's going to come to the mound, and probably Jameer is probably just going to go to first. Looks like they were just swapping first baseman gloves for fielder gloves. So it looks like we're just going to be a straight swap pitcher to first base.
We'll step aside, take a 30-second break. Score Martinsburg 3, Smithsburg 2. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 30 seconds.
The Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot are in a league of their own when it comes to rugged capability. Their relentless power and versatility make these vehicles the ultimate challengers for exhilarating adventures and formidable terrain. But it's not just performance that makes these cars special. It's the unwavering determination that inspires everything we do. That's why we're KBB.com's best value brand of 2023.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA's moving lives forward.
Available all-wheel drive on Pilot based on 2023 brand image awards from Kelly Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we have a pitching change for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, as your pitching changes are brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Call them at 304-263-3361 with 2 outs in the top of the third and a 3-2 ball game. Martinsburg makes the change and will put Owen Rupenthal out on the pitcher's mound with the bases loaded against Smithsburg.
Yeah, a little change of pace here. Owen's left-handed, a little different velo, a couple different pitches. There's a two-seam fastball that runs away from righties. He's got the curveball and the changeup, and he comes from the left side. Jameer was more of a hard-throwing righty with a 2 and a 4 seam and a sweeping curveball that he tonight for some reason just wasn't able to keep it in the strike zone. So we've seen him throw the last time he threw 0 walks. Tonight a little different, but the weather again is tough, and not making excuses. He wouldn't want me to do that. You just have to adjust, and it's just a good thing. I think you're going to see the depth of Martinsburg, and one of the reasons why they're going to be, one of the reasons why they're able to hold on to ball games, come back and win ball games, and also to win multiple days in a row, because I think they have some depth in their staff. And you see what happened on Rasen, wherever couldn't find a strike zone the other night. Oviedo come in. Now we have Rubenthal, and it's just, pitching is huge. It's really tough. If there's going to be times throughout the year you're not going to be able to find it, and no matter how good you are. So I think that's why you need a lot of depth.
Brown goes over to first as Rubenthal, first pitch to Thiessen, called a strike. So bases juiced for Smithsburg. Is the 0-1 pitch from Rubenthal. Misses outside. The count now 1-1 to Thiessen.
Big spot here for Rubenthal. Come in, 1-run lead, bases loaded, 2 outs.
Rubenthal's 1-1 pitch. Just misses for ball 2, says the umpire.
Got Reisenweber giving up the line here. So he's way off in the hole. Should Thiessen turn on something, he's got a good shot to get it down the line.
Thiessen fouls off the 2-1 pitch. Count now 2-2 as that hits near our crowd mic behind home plate. Catcher and Edwards goes out to talk to his pitcher before the 2-2 pitch. Making sure they're both on the same page here to try to get Martinsburg out of the inning and hold on to this 3-2 lead against Smithsburg in the top of the third. Their chit-chat concludes. Rubenthal back on the bump. Shakes off the first call, likes the second one. Wind up in the 2-2 pitch to Thiessen. High and outside, almost past Braden Edwards. He's able to reach up and snag it. Count now 3-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Runners are going to be going here. If the young man can put it in play, he could find a hole. He can clear the bases here.
Payoff pitch. Fouled off just barely by Jackson Thiessen. And everything resets.
Yeah, this Smithsburg team just will take whatever you give them, fight off good pitches, and live to see another pitch. They're just doing a great job of seeing a lot of pitches from these Bulldog pitchers.
Rubenthal sets. And the 3-2 pitch, high and outside. It's ball 4, and we have a tie ball game. So now at the bat will be Tommy Becker. So that is the 4th walk here in the top of the third.
Martinsburg's beating themselves here with all the free bases.
First pitch to Becker, misses for ball 1. Smithsburg still doesn't have a hit tonight and finds itself in a 3-3 ball game.
Martinsburg shooting themselves in the foot with all the walks, the drop third strike, and double steal, hit by pitch.
The second pitch misses for ball 2.
Smithsburg taking what's given them, and
very unusual night so far for the Martinsburg pitching, who has been pretty dominant so far this season as we get a strike, making the count 2-1. Coming into this game, the pitching staff for Martinsburg had 44 strikeouts, so almost an average of 9 per game.
Yeah, they've been mowing them down pretty well there on the mound.
As the 2-1 pitch fouled off by Becker, the count now 2-2. See if Martinsburg can finally get out of this very lengthy top of the third and keep it tied. Bases loaded, still for Smithsburg. 2-2 pitch, big swing and a miss to end the inning. As Rubenthal able to strike out Becker. But we're tied at 3 now, heading to the bottom of the third after this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, where accident, injury, and disability lawyers with over 120 years combined local trial experience. When injury or illness has stopped you from working, you may be eligible for Social Security disability. Ron Harmon has been winning disability claims for over a quarter of a century. Don't hire some out-of-state firm. Ron Harmon's in Martinsburg. He will meet with you right here in our office. Get a local lawyer you can trust. Call 304-LAWYERS for a free consultation. 304-LAWYERS or 304-263-0900.
Welcome you back here as we enter the bottom of the third inning, brought to you by the team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state area, they have you covered as Martinsburg tries to answer now after Smithsburg is able to tie things up with 2 runs in the top of the third. It's a 3-3 ball game as it goes Buber, Oviedo, Reisenweber. It's the first pitch from Sarber, called a strike to Buber.
Yeah, the 2 strikeouts and the caught stealing, were the outs that were recorded last inning.
Fastball misses outside. The count now even at 1-1 to Buber. Sarber sets the 1-1 pitch. Another fly ball from Buber to center field. Coming forward is Eli Bowman. And it hit off his glove.
Yeah. Had it played perfectly. Looked like he had it in the web, and somehow or another he looked over, and then just to his left side, the ball popped and laid on the ground. So a big break for Martinsburg there on the error by the center fielder.
Yep, it looked like it was going to be Buber just flying out to the center fielder for the second time, and instead he finds himself at first. So now Oviedo up to bat. It's the first pitch outside for ball 1. Martinsburg tries to get some luck tonight, but hasn't seemed so lucky so far for the Bulldogs. Sarber checks Buber over at first, who extends his lead just a little bit as the pitch to Oviedo. Called strike.
Got a little curveball there. Little curveball. Nice curveball. Dropped in there. Doesn't have a huge break, but it certainly found the strike zone there. Is it?
Yeah, maybe it's a circle change. I don't know.
It moves a bit.
1-1, runner goes. It's a hit and run situation. Fly ball to right field. Coming in is Thiessen, and they double up Buber. Now 2 outs, bases cleared as quick luck of Martinsburg runs out.
Yeah, Buber took off. Ball was hit. By the time he got the look up, the right fielder was coming in to make the play and just made the throw to first. Not much Buber could do about it there.
Ben Reisenweber now comes up to the plate with 2 outs. Bases cleared in the bottom of the third. Pitch from Sarber to Reisenweber. Grounded up the middle over to the left off of the pitcher's mound. And unable to make a play is the shortstop Heath Givens. So Reisenweber goes to first.
I'm not sure he makes the play if he gets there. He just got barely past the pitcher, and he had to make a huge do-or-die play there, and I don't think he's going to get Reisenweber there as Martinsburg's recipient of an infield single, I believe, even though he did bobble it. If he plays it clean, it would take a tremendous play to get Reisenweber there.
Christian Alter now up to bat. Roll that an infield single for Reisenweber as the pitch. Sarber outside for ball 1 to Alter. Again, bottom of the third. 3-3 ball game, 2 outs. Pickoff attempt not in time as Reisenweber slides back in safely. Sarber against the baseball back. Reisenweber takes his lead again over at first. 1-0 count to Alter, the windup and the pitch. Grounded foul over to the third base dugout, and nice snag with his bare hand. Owen Rupenthal in the on-deck circle as he throws it back to Matthias Smith, the catcher for Smithsburg, is the count 1-1. Who says you need a glove?
He's retaking the lead over Musselman 7-6.
Runner goes, and the catcher just eats it. Reisenweber takes second base. Now the go-ahead run in scoring position for Martinsburg. 2-1 count. Pitch to Alter. Fastball catches the outside part of the plate. Count now 2-2.
Alter needs to find some green here to get Ben Reisenweber around. Ben's got great base running ability. Anything that gets through that infield or gets down the outfield, Ben's going to be scoring. So
fastball misses outside the count now 3-2 to Alter. Reisenweber has a big lead over at second as the 3-2 pitch misses low and away for ball 4. Alter draws the walk, and that'll bring up Owen Rupenthal for Martinsburg. The Bulldogs trying to get a 2-out rally in the bottom of the third to take the lead again here today. Sarver sets. Pitch to Rupenthal outside. It misses for ball 1. Runners on first and second for Martinsburg. Sarver sets for Smithsburg. 1-0 pitch. Popped up and over the first base side out of play to even up the count at 1-1 now to Owen Rupenthal. So we wait for everybody to get back. Runners take their leads. Defense gets in position. Sarver sets. 1-1 pitch. Change up fools. Rupenthal keeps the bat on his shoulder. Strike 2.
Rupenthal singled last time. Trying to make the best of his opportunity here. As he's kind of playing that utility man role, or when Jameer's pitching, or certain times when others are pitching and Jameer vacates first, he gets in and makes that play. Right now, pitching and hitting for himself.
Next pitch missed for a ball, so deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3 as down goes Rupenthal as Martinsburg strands 2 runners on base. And we head to the 4th after this 1-minute break. It's Smithsburg 3, Martinsburg 3. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
We welcome you back as we head to the top of the 4th inning now, brought to you by Farmers and Mechanics Insurance. Reliable coverage since 1877. Call them at 304-263-0809 for a quote today, or visit fmiwv.com. As we head to the top of the 4th, the 9-1-2 batters due up for Smithsburg. McFarland, Sarber, and Bowman, as they are currently tied with Martinsburg at 3-3. Owen Rupenthal on the mound still for Martinsburg as he came into relief to end that 3rd inning, keeping things tied at 3 apiece. As Lucas McFarland steps up the bat, his first time up, he struck out looking. Rubenthal sets. First pitch. McFarland high for a ball to start off the top of the fourth. Hasn't been the best outing so far for Martinsburg pitchers, as they've so far given up 7 walks and the 1 hit by pitch, as this one popped up into shallow first base side, foul territory. Underneath it's Jameer Brown. He makes the catch for out number 1. And back to the top of the lineup now, as it's the Smithsburg pitcher up for the 3rd time today, and Sarber, he's walked in both at bats so far.
Down to their final out up in Hampshire. Down 7-6, McClintock to the plate.
First pitch from Rubenthal to Sarber. Called a strike. Count 0-1 the pitch. It's a soft grounder off the glove, though, of the pitcher Owen Rubenthal, as that results in unplayable ball for Reisenweber or Oviedo to allow Sarber to reach first for the 3rd time today.
Yeah, I was playing pinball across there, wasn't it? Off of off Owen, kind of through Ovie and past Ben, and got past Ben as he come across. Ovie swallowed it up and just held on to it. There was no play at all, as Sarber had been on base 3 times in a row.
First pitch swinging is Bowman. He pops it up into shallow center field. Keegan Everhart call off everybody else and make a catch for out number 2.
Keegan's the kind of guy who wants the baseball, and you kind of see him get vocal out there and took over, and probably maybe the shortstop's ball, but young man, he got across the diamond there, and once his eyes went up, he didn't care if he was on the other side of second base. He was going to get the baseball.
Heath Givens now steps up to the plate as a pickoff attempt before the first pitch. Puts Sarber back at first, sliding in safely. There we go.
Fix that.
That's what the issue was, is the crowd mic down below giving us some trouble, as I believe during that noise, unfortunately, we had a balk. As Sarber gets to take second. Sorry for everybody's ears there. A 1-0 count. Rubenthal sets the pitch to Bowman. Givens. Misses for ball 2. Timeout called.
Looks like Musselman took their 2nd loss of the year, 7-6, as they weren't able to score that run in the top of the 7th to extend the game. So Musselman has went down. Looks like Washington up 6-0 on Hampshire in the bottom of the 4th.
It's a 1-0 count to Givens. 1-0 pitch. Called a strike. Is the count now even at 1-1? Runner on second. 2 outs, top of the 4th. It's Smithsburg 3, Martinsburg 3. The pitch from Rubenthal. Tipped into the glove of the catcher for strike 2. Smithsburg continues to battle, though, with 2 strikes. We'll see if they can continue to do so here. Pitch. Outside. The count now 2-2, as Rubenthal wanted to get Givens to chase. But as we've seen Tripp so far, it's been great plate discipline. Good eyes by these Leopards. This one popped foul over the first base dugout.
Yeah, not an overly big lineup by any means. I'm not sure exactly what kind of power numbers these guys could put up. Looks like they're going to be a scrappy base running. Take what you give them. Hit the ball hard 90s, like Coach said in the interview. Steal bases, be aggressive, and try to make something out of nothing when they get an opportunity.
2-2 pitch, runner goes. It's called strike 3, so it doesn't matter as the inning ends. Heath Givens goes down looking. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's still Smithsburg 3, Martinsburg 3. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
Can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning now, brought to you by Mother Shucker's Crab Shack, located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. 3-3 is the score between Smithsburg and Martinsburg. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Alongside me is Trip Tobin. Aiden Sensabaugh is our on-site producer. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop. I believe that's still Chase Sarber out on the mound for Smithsburg.
Yeah, looks
sure
like
we didn't get caught with a surprise pitching change, but it's still him.
Nope.
Tough to see those numbers.
Yeah. Sarber's in there after 3 complete. He's given up 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 1 strikeout, and 2 walks. He's at 52 pitches. 32 of those have been strikes. Young man's throwing a nice game, giving his team a chance to win.
He will face the bottom of the Martinsburg lineup in the bottom of the 4th. Brown, Edwards, Steen. 7, 8, 9 batters. Due up. It's the first pitch from Sarber. Fastball outside to Brown for ball 1. Brown started off as the pitcher for Martinsburg, now at first base. Swapping with Owen Rupenthal as the next pitch. Misses for ball 2. Sarber sets. 2-0 pitch. Misses for ball 3. So 3-0 count. Sarber's pitch. Outside, it's a 4-pitch walk to start off the bottom of the 4th. Jameer Brown walks it on out over to first.
Start to wonder, as we get into the 4th inning, is Martinsburg going to start to play any small ball? Are they going to, pick up the aggressiveness on the bases as we know they can? Or are they going to continue to play straight up? And I think at this point, with the power numbers of Edwards, we probably just continue to play straight up, only in the 4th.
Edwards on the bat, first pitch. He fouls off into the net behind home plate for strike 1.
Into the 8-9-1-2. It's just a matter of time when you look at Grove, Buber, Ovie, Reisenweber, Alter before they, find some gaps.
Next pitch inside, evens up the count at 1-1 to Edwards.
Sometimes I like to start hitting when there's just a few outs left and they're down a run or tie ball games. Coaches don't like that, though.
No.
Coaches don't like to sit on the bucket, pretend like they're not nervous when we're dying inside.
1-1 pitch. Catches the knees of Edwards for strike 2 from Chase Sarber.
Great pitch there on the knees on the inner half of the plate. Edwards left-handed.
Runner on first. Pitch grounded down the first baseline and foul over into the first base dugout, keeping the count at 1-2 to Edwards.
Edwards, a young guy who's going to, probably beat himself up a little bit on a couple balls that got by him tonight, drop third strike. But what he's not taking into consideration is, it's only been 4 innings and he's already had to, catch, 80-some pitches. So actually he's at total pitches is nearing 100, and we're only in the 4th inning. So still, he's had a pretty good night behind the plate. Pitchers have been a little erratic, so young man is out there as a sophomore, just each day just taking care of that spot, filling that spot in the order. Next man up after Siford had graduated, so hats off to him here tonight as pitching's kind of gotten away.
2-2 pitch, swing and a miss as down goes Edwards on the strikeout. Sarber's only 2nd strikeout of the night. 1 last inning, now 1 this inning. As Jackson Steen now steps up to the plate for Martinsburg with 1 out, runner on first. Bottom 4th, Smithsburg 3, Martinsburg 3 is the score.
Steen lined out to center field last time. Looked like it might get down, but center fielder decided to take a shot at it and pulled off the grass out there.
First pitch to Steen, called strike 1 on the outside part of the plate.
He hadn't seen much action in left field tonight.
Runner goes, pitch high, throw not in time as Jameer Brown steals second.
He didn't get the greatest of jump, but he can run a bit, and the throw was on the shortstop side of the bag, so his shortstop had to make the catch and then swing the tag around, allowing Jameer to get in, and umpire Jeff King out there making sure these guys don't slide through the base and keep their hand on us. He gives a little bit of a delayed safe call.
1-1 pitch to Steen from Sarber, low for ball 2. Down 2-1. Steen steps back into the left-handed box here for 2nd at-bat of the night. Pitch popped over the press box and out of play to count now 2-2.
Smithsburg, even though they have 3 runs, of course, taking advantage of all those free bases and walks, only have 1 base hit, and that hit is one that just tipped off of Owen Rupenthal's glove and just found a spot in the infield to land where no one could throw out the young man.
And Steen strikes out, swinging now for out number 2, so back-to-back strikeouts. So you're giving that a hit even though it hit the glove last half inning?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I ruled it an error. I just wasn't sure. I know it was a tough play, but still.
It was ruled a single on game changer.
Okay.
But, so.
Well, I'm rolling it an error to keep the combined no-hitter alive.
Okay.
How about that? It's the first pitch to Isaac Grove.
It
caught
was,
a strike.
It wasn't hit hard, that's for sure. It just hit in the right spot. If he lets it go, it goes right to Oviedo for an out, but he tips it, kicks around, and then it gets behind Ben, who overruns it, of course, and then Oviedo has to keep it on the turf.
Grove fouls this one into the net right in front of us. The count now 0-2. Runner on second. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Still 3-3 ball game between Smithsburg and Martinsburg.
Grove single to open the game, come around to score.
Flew out to third his last time up as well. 0-2 pitch. Lined into right center field and caught by Jackson Thiessen, the right fielder, to end the 4th. So runner gets stranded. We head to the 5th. Still tied up at 3. We're back in a minute. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Welcome back here to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head to the Top of the 5th inning brought to you by L.A. Roberts Jewelers, committed to excellence in quality design and craftsmanship, located at 146 North Queen Street in Martinsburg. 3-3 is the ball game right now between Smithsburg and Martinsburg. Is this one? Not a lot of offense.
Not a lot of offense.
I have no hits, according to my scorebook, for Smithsburg, and so far for Martinsburg, only 4 hits. 3 of them coming in that 3-run bottom of the first.
And the game changer has it as a hit. If it is a hit, it's an excuse me hit. So Martinsburg's done a great job of not getting hit hard, but certainly not done a very good job of limiting the walks.
First pitch from Rupenthal to Mance, misses high and outside for ball 1 to start off the top of the 5th inning. Here comes the 1-0 pitch now to Mance. It's called a strike, evening up the count at 1-1. Mance struck out swinging his first time up, walked his last time up, takes the 1-1 pitch for strike 2 down the heart of the plate. So count 1-2 now to the leadoff batter of the top of the 5th and the 5th batter in the Smithsburg lineup. Excuse me, I'm one ahead of myself. It's actually Preston Givens up the bat. The 1-2 pitch to Givens, fouled off, keep his at-bat alive. So, stats are still correct, though. A strikeout his first time up and a walk his last time up. So
yeah, that's what I was looking at. I was like, well, maybe I can't see the number on there, but
it is tough to see the number.
It had a curl on there at the bottom, so
wrote in the wrong spot in my scorebook and got confused. So my apologies. It's Preston Givens, the 4th batter, up to bat. Then Mance. Rupenthal sets the windup in the 1-2 kick and pitch. Lined right over the head of Oviedo into the left center field gap. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Givens has a stand-up double to lead off things in the top of the 5th.
That ball hit on the numbers there. Got right at Oviedo, just about 12 foot high, and all he could do was watch it fly to the line over his head. And Steen give an angle at it, tried to cut it off, couldn't happen. He had to change his angle, chase it to the fence, and lead off double there by Givens, giving the Smithsburg a chance to take the lead here in the top of the 5th.
Yep. So now officially, either way you have it, the combined no-hitters done.
Combined the no-hitters done. This hasn't been pretty on the mound.
I'll say that it's the second hit, just to go with game changer. Scoring up the bunt was Mance, but he pulls it back as the pitch misses outside for a ball.
Martinsburg has it played pretty well with Raz and Weber staying back on the edge of the green turf as Jameer Brown is up 2 steps into what would be the grass. Everhart covering as you got Oviedo holding the runner, left-handed batter.
Pitch grounded to the second baseman. Everhart throws to first for the fielder's choice as Givens goes to third, but Mance gets retired for out number 1.
Nice job by Mance moving the runner. He didn't have to bunt. He's left-handed. I was kind of, thinking that if he could just pull the ball to that side, he could move the runner. The infield was back. They're going to pull everybody in now with the man on third with 1 out. So he did a great job of not having to sacrifice himself, but give himself a chance to get the ball through the infield, and fortunately grounded out, but still moved the runner up.
And the first pitch hits off the foot of the catcher, Edwards, and he threw it home, and it was an awkward throw that I couldn't tell if hit the batter or not. Don't see any appeal as the runner came home to score. It's Smithsburg 4, Martinsburg 3 now.
It looked like Edwards couldn't get out of the glove. He just kind of tried to push it to Rupenthal covering as the ball didn't get too far away. But either way, it got away from Edwards, got to his left side, maybe squibbed away just enough, but it was going to be a close play at the plate. He just couldn't seem to gather the ball and get it to the pitcher there, as Smithsburg has taken the lead here late.
1-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Smith for strike 2. 1 out, base is clear now for Smithsburg in the top of the 5th. Rubenthal's 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 as down goes Smith for out number 2.
Rubenthal coming in and filling the zone up a little bit. You're gonna get a hit here and there. You just have to, keep the guys, from coming down that last 90. Martinsburg, nice job by Mance moving the runner, which allowed him the runner to score when the ball got away.
Now up the bench, Jackson Thiessen. First pitch swung on and missed for strike 1 from Rubenthal. So Owen sets up on the mound the 0-1 pitch. Misses low and away to even up the count at 1-1 for Thiessen.
Game Changer has scored on a pass ball, though rarely you'll see wild pitch on Game Changer, but regardless.
1-1 pitch, fouled off. Count now 1-2. Rubenthal gets a new baseball, steps back on top of the rubber on top of the pitcher's mound. Wind up in the 1-2 pitch. Just missed, says the umpire, evening up the count at 2-2 to Thiessen. Looked like he tried to go with a breaking ball and it just kind of stayed high. Didn't come back and drop in the zone.
Yeah, it was kind of an off-speed pitch. Not sure what it was, but it stayed up.
2-2 pitch now misses outside. Count full.
3-2, 2 outs here. Rubenthal wanting to shut the door here, and as Martinsburg's giving up this run here and down a run.
3-2 pitch popped up over to the right side of the infield. Brown tracking it down in foul territory. Now comes back towards field in play, makes the catch to end the inning right on that first base line, a few feet behind the first base bag. So Smithsburg scores 1 in the top of the 5th, takes a 4-3 lead now over Martinsburg. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Score huge savings on a new Chevy this month at CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg. Right now, during Chevy truck season, get a new 2024 Silverado 1500 with 0.9% financing plus no payments for 120 days. Or get MVP savings with up to $11,000 off MSRP. And did we mention every new car comes with Chevy Complete Care and our lifetime powertrain warranty? Find new roads at CMA's ChevroletofMartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Mother Shuckers. Fresh Florida stone crab straight from the boat to your throat. Blue crabs, king, snow, Dungeness, all available year-round. Try and find that anywhere else around here. Homemade soup specials every day. Mother Shuckers is located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Mother Shuckers, we have an opinion. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Come on over.
Welcome back as we head to the bottom of our 5th inning here, which is brought to you by the Wagner Law Firm, West Virginia's premier DUI defense attorney. Visit westvirginiaduilawyers.com for more. It is Smithsburg 4, Martinsburg 3 now, as Carson Buber will lead things off for Martinsburg in the bottom of the 5th. 2, 3, 4 batters due up as the first pitch from Sarber misses on the outside part of the plate to Buber for ball 1 to start off bottom of the 5th inning.
That's where Martinsburg has responded in the past. Later in the game, down a run, 5th, 6th inning, able to come back. Buber, part of that walk-off. How long ago has that been? Feels like a month, but it's only been a few days.
Last week. It was last Tuesday.
Yeah. So we're basically a week away from when he blasted one out of here. But Martinsburg's been kind of the cardiac kid.
And he sends this one into left center field. Backing up is Eli Bowman. He looks up, and that hits off the wall and takes a big roll back towards mid-left center field. And that allows Buber to have a stand-up triple to lead things off in the bottom of the 5th. What a bounce off that new outfield wall.
Yeah, it hit it hard. He hit the wall square, and it caught something pretty solid out there, and it come back towards second base, forced the center fielder to kind of touch the wall and come back after he tracked it all the way to the wall. He had to track it back another 10 or 15 feet, and then by that time it'd give Buber a stand-up triple there. So Martinsburg ready to respond after putting up zeros on the board in the second, third, fourth, and second, third, and fourth.
First 2 pitches miss for balls to Oviedo, count 2-0.
Martinsburg hasn't scored since the 3-run first, so looking
and up until that triple, only had 1 hit since then as well. 2-0 pitch. Oviedo keeps the bat on his shoulder, and it misses for ball 3.
Smithsburg playing it pretty well straight up. The third baseman is up a bit. Maybe he's just playing just in case there's a bunt. First baseman's even with the bag, middle's back. So.
And it's a 4-pitch walk as that fastball misses outside. Runners on the corners with nobody out now for Martinsburg. Brings up Ben Reisenweber, and first we'll have a timeout called by the Smithsburg coach. See what happens here to Chase Sarber. The infield goes to meet as well. Again, bottom of the 5th inning, it's Smithsburg 4, Martinsburg 3. So far, we've had a leadoff triple by Buber, followed by a 4-pitch walk to Oviedo here in the bottom of the 5th as Martinsburg trying to rally and retake the lead that they just lost in the top of the 5th.
Sarber nearing the 80-pitch mark, could be just checking on him. No changes as Martinsburg has first and third. Also could be talking about what we're going to do here on the first and third. So, a lot of times you get first and third, tells you the pitcher's, with nobody out, the pitcher's giving up, some base runners. And so you can talk to the pitcher and you can talk about how we're going to defend the first and third as well. Ben's been hot.
First pitch to Reisenweber. High fly ball into shallow center field. Running forwards Bowman. He dives and he's unable to make the catch. And Buber comes home to score, tying us up at 4-4.
Center fielder did all he could do, almost. It was, a very athletic shortstop, maybe be able to help him, but it went off the bat, kind of looked like it was all center fielder's ball. He just kept coming, and he just had to do a full front dive there, and just kicked off the glove for a single for Reisenweber. Not much Oviedo could do, but just kind of ride it out as Buber was tagging up and scored easily after the drop.
First pitch swinging. It's a bunt down the first baseline and fair. Throw over to first. Gets the fielder's choice out number 1 as Alter able on the sacrifice bunt to advance the base runners over to second and third, though, successfully.
It was a sacrifice there, so
Number 3, Owen Rubenthal.
The fielder made the choice to get him out that time, not the other guy. So it was a sack,
but it was a beautifully placed bunt.
It was beautiful, yeah, it did well. And now you got a chance for Martinsburg to take a 2-run lead with the ball.
Rubenthal fouls off the first pitch.
Smithsburg brings the defense up to the grass, what would be the grass here on the turf, and Rubenthal has plenty of green there to try to push the ball through. Anything in the air would be a sac fly, would give him the lead.
Next pitch inside for a ball to even up the count at 1-1.
Big triple by Buber to lead this thing off, and let's go out there and check on that wall, make sure he didn't bruise it.
1-1 pitch, just low for ball 2 from Sarber to Rubenthal. It is 4-4, bottom of the 5th inning. Runners on second and third for Martinsburg. 1 out, the pitch.
There it is.
Grounder right past the diving second baseman Tommy Becker into right field. 1 run will score. The other will come around, and it's a 2 RBI single for Owen Rubenthal as Martinsburg takes now a 6-4 lead in the bottom of the 5th over Smithsburg, and it looks like that is the end of the evening for Chase Sarber as well. So while we have a whole bunch of swaps, we'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Sports Mix is your place in the Eastern Panhandle for national sports through a local lens.
We're now joined by the voice of the Washington Wizards, Dave Johnson. Dave, how are you today?
This might be a first for me. I'm actually doing an interview from the tarmac at Dulles Airport. We're getting ready to fly to Detroit.
Co-hosts Dylan Bishop, Nick Verzolini, and Colin McLaughlin break things down weekdays from noon to 1 and re-aired from 5 to 6, right here on Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10, and the TV 10 Facebook page.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park as we have a pitching change for Smithsburg. Pitching changes are brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg. Your total insurance are loosened at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361. Trying to see out there who that is now on the mound for Smithsburg again. Kind of difficult to tell the numbers. It looks like now pitching is George Mance going over from first base to the pitcher's mound for Smithsburg. So we'll kind of wait here for Game Changer to figure out the rest of the changes, as we also have a courtesy runner, Logan Wilt for Martinsburg. Mance
Wilt in
goes
for the
into
pitcher.
relief. Yep. Got to see who's over at first and if there were any other changes. I think that might be Sarber if I recognize the shoes, unless I think that actually might be Keith Givens at first now. Can't tell if it's a 4 or a 5 with those black numbers, or dark purple numbers on the black uniforms, as Jameer Brown swings through the first pitch for strike one from Mance. You see on Game Changer yet who they put it as?
They're behind a little bit, so
okay, that's fine.
Looks like Mance.
Right,
is
Mance
pitching.
is pitching.
Got Hithens brothers on the left side, third and second Becker, and looks like Sarber went to first.
Okay. As Brown squared the bunt, but pulls it back. It's a ball. So just a straight swap. We'll go with it and hope we're correct. Mance sets with the runner on first. 1 out, 1-1 count. 6-4 lead now. Martinsburg on top of Smithsburg in the bottom of the fifth. Pitch inside to Brown. It's ball 2. Mance. Left-handed pitcher. Sets. 2-1 delivery. Inside off the feet of Matthias Smith, the catcher, and goes way to the left of the backstop, and easily courtesy runner and Wilt goes to second.
Yeah, that's pretty big there because puts him in scoring position, of course. But left-handed pitcher had Wilt kind of stymied at first a little bit, not much he could do unless he was just going to steal on first move. So not really wanting to give up the out. He was kind of stuck there at first. The pass ball, wild pitch, what you want to call it, allowed him to move up, but regardless, Jameer takes ball 4 there. So Jameer Brown moves to first, and Wilt stays at second.
That pitch was in the same spot as ball 3. Is now up to bat is Braden Edwards. Has an opportunity to really blow things up and add a crooked number onto the scoreboard. It's already been a 3-run bottom of the fifth. Martinsburg hunting for more. It's Leopard season right now for the Bulldogs. Pitch. Catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
Catcher kind of set up and reached out there for it. Kind of looked like it was way outside, but the pitch wasn't that bad. It was just his the way he received it. I think he was set up in. It took him out.
Check swing did not go around as the ball almost squirted past the catcher Matthias Smith, but he's able to keep it in front. Count 1-1.
See again, Martinsburg. Late in the 5th, 6th inning, get down a run or two and respond. That's just what good teams do. They overcome, their issues for the night. Tonight being, a few walks.
Edwards fouls it over the stands on the first base side. Count now 1-2.
The Hedgesville game, they had the guys that were left on base and a few fielding errors on the field that they were able to overcome. So, if they can hold on here, to be another night where they just outlasted their opponent.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for the strikeout as Edwards goes down.
Oh, thanks.
Now up to bat is Jackson Steen.
Edwards tonight with a couple Ks, not usually what we see out of him, but young, you'll see those nights out of those guys that haven't, still getting their feet wet here in the varsity level.
Mance, first pitch to Steen, low and away for ball 1. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th, runners on first and second. Sorry, Trip.
Left-handed batter, you see in the first baseman way back, not really in a hold, so it gives Jameer a chance to get an extra step. You have to watch him sneak up behind him there.
Mance, next pitch, called a strike as Steen looked like he was going to swing, but then at the last second decided to keep the bat back.
Martinsburg having Wild at second with 1 out, and Steen, Martinsburg's chance here to leave that guy, which is something that Coach Ballard didn't care for in the Hedgeville game, the 1 out, man in a scoring position.
Next pitch, low and bounces off the chest protector and rolls in front of Matthias Smith. Runners stay put at first and second. Count 2-1 to Steen.
Both catchers tonight catching a good many pitches, and the only thing we remember is the one that gets away. We don't remember all the ones that they block up like that one. So, having catchers in my family, and my youngest son have a heart for those guys who catch 100 pitches and only get remembered for the one that gets away.
Next pitch, over in the opposite batter's box it goes. But again, Matthias Smith keeps it in front of him. The count now 3-1 to Steen. Steen waiting for the 3-1 pitch from George Mance. It's called strike 2.
Full count. They're going to be moving.
Runners take their leads at first and second. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Mance sets. Lefty against lefty. Runners go. The pitch. Grounded foul down the first base side. We reset.
Pitch knocked the whole scoreboard out. But that
wasn't you?
Kind of hard for Steen as the scoreboard blinked when the pitch was coming. It's not me. Chuck's got it over there. He knocked it out.
Steen steps back in here against Mance. 3-2 pitch. Misses for ball 4 to load the bases now for Martinsburg. Brings up Isaac Grove.
Ball just missed. Kind of went either way. Pitch there because we can't tell up and down from here, so it must have been a low. The umpire or the coach for Smithsburg is asking the umpire where it was, and so I'm not sure. It was certainly around the plate, but we can't tell elevation here. It wasn't high, but it could have been down.
First pitch to Grove, tipped into the glove of the catcher Smith for strike 1.
Grove looking to knock a hole in the wall there with that swing.
Again, bases loaded with 2 outs. Bottom of 5th. Martinsburg's already put up 3 runs here to get a 6-4 lead as the pitch inside evens up the count at 1-1. Apologies for those tuned in on TV 10. We're currently down to only the 1 camera with the 2 batteries dead. Next pitch, swing and a miss from Grove. Count now 1-2.
Big curveball. Colin, you got to take those batteries home with you and charge them up.
I charged them all. We've had some time.
Oh.
They still die.
Man. Got to bring the charger with us, don't we?
1-2 pitch line drive into left field. It gets down for a hit. 1 run will score. Rounding third, coming home to score as a second. Safe. And it's a 2 RBI single for Isaac Grove, extending Martinsburg's lead now to 8-4 in the bottom of the 5th.
Nice piece of hitting there by Grove. He had got fooled on that left-handed curveball that pitched before there, and he just kind of sat back, sat on that fastball, and drove it over the third baseman's head into left field for a 2-run single.
Carson Buber now up to bat. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Pitch to Buber. Fly ball now into right center field. Running over is Bowman, but it hits off the wall. Buber's going to clear the bases with an RBI stand-up double. It's now 10-4. Martinsburg's offense has come alive here in the bottom of the 5th. 7-run half inning so far for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Buber put a charge into that one too. The first one it went off, I thought might be catchable, but the right fielder and center fielder just kept chasing, and it was just right in the gap, caught the bottom of the wall. Second time tonight, Buber has beat up the wall out there. So Martinsburg responding in a big way with 7 so far here in the 5th with 2 outs, and the Buber on second with a stand-up 2 RBI double.
Now we have a mound visit for Smithsburg as Mance has just been rocked right now by Martinsburg. Still 2 outs, bottom 5th, 2 outs. Oviedo up to bat as the Bulldogs have hit around this half inning. It started off with the stand-up triple by Buber, and he just had a 2 RBI stand-up double.
Number 24. Braden Oviedo.
So Oviedo comes off the bat. He walked on 4 pitches his last time up.
Been a long inning for Smithsburg as they came into this inning with excitement, and they were up a run. Really giving Martinsburg all they could handle, and now they find themselves in a 6-run deficit.
Pitch to Oviedo, called strike 1 at the shoulders.
Ball was up a little bit. Based on
why I said at the shoulders.
Yeah, based on tonight's.
That's where it had to be, right?
It was up there.
For it to be a strike, that's where it had to be.
Umpire called a strike. It was a strike, right?
Yep.
Can't argue balls and strikes.
0-1 pitch.
Complain, though.
Fouled off over the first base dugout. Count now 0-2 to Oviedo.
It won't get you far, but you can complain. Might get you in the parking lot if you complain enough.
You stay warm in your car then.
Yeah.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch from Mance. Called strike 3 as Oviedo goes down looking to end the bottom of the 5th, but not before 7 runs cross the plate. Martinsburg now leads Smithsburg 10-4. We'll head to the top of the 6th on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com.
Welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head now to the top of the 6th inning, brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons, as Bulldog faithful, take a deep breath as the offense has finally come alive. They put up 7 runs in the bottom of the 5th and find themselves up 10-4 now over Smithsburg. Smithsburg, 8-9-1 batters due up against Owen Rupenthal. The first pitch to Becker, fouled off into the net over to the right and shaking one of our fence cameras for strike 1.
Rupenthal done a great job coming in and keeping Smithsburg at bay, limiting the walks and their free bases, giving Martinsburg's offense a chance to come alive, and himself as well doing some damage on the offensive end. He is at 2 for 3, I believe, tonight with a couple of RBIs.
Next pitch, swing, and maybe getting a piece of it was Becker. Either way, it was strike 2. Count now 0-2 to him. As the pitch from Rubenthal fouled into the net to keep the count at 0-2. So this time our fence camera loses the battle of the shakiness. Aiden gets sent back out into the cold as a result. 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3 as the breaking ball fools Tommy Becker for out number 1. That'll bring up Lucas McFarland now.
Now batting number 1, Lucas McFarland.
McFarland 0 for 2. He's popped up over to first and struck out looking. First pitch. High for ball 1 to McFarland.
Umpire Tapley's seen about 225 pitches tonight, so
that's a lot.
That's a lot of pitches, and maybe he's saying, we got to help these guys out a little bit as his strike zone got a little higher there, a couple of pitches.
This one swung on and missed. The count now even at 1-1.
A lot of pitches thrown tonight. Catcher's back there receiving a tremendous amount of pitches as well.
1-1 pitch grounded over to the third baseman. Reisenweber scoops it up, throws across the diamond to first. Brown makes the catch for out number 2.
Finally get to see that Martinsburg defense in action a little bit, as we haven't seen much of that either. A lot of just some throwing down the second and pickoff plays and a couple fly balls. Other than that, we haven't seen much infield.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the scorecard to see what we've had. We had the fielder's choice last half inning, and then a grounder to the pitcher. Other than that, yeah, I think you're correct. So
hasn't been much.
Now up to bat, leadoff batter in Sarber. First pitch called a strike. Next pitch, inside. Count now 1-1 to Sarber.
Sarber's been tough to keep off the bases, trying to keep his own base percentage at 1,000 tonight.
One delivery outside for ball 2.
Smithsburg down 6 runs, 4 outs to go. They need to chip away at this inning if they're going to have an opportunity. A 6-run 7th would be huge, so to mountain to overcome.
This one fly ball sent into shallow right field, calling off the second baseman's the right fielder Christian Alter, and he'll make the catch. As 3 up, 3 down goes Smithsburg as results. It is still Martinsburg 10, Smithsburg 4 as we head to the bottom of the 6th on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we enter the bottom of the 6th inning, which is brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. It is Martinsburg 10, Smithsburg 4. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 alongside me is Tripp Tobin. Aiden Sensabaugh is our on-site producer. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop. Reisenweber, Alter, Rubenthal due up to lead things off for the bottom of the 6th inning as Reisenweber so far 2 for 2. 3 at-bats, walk, single, and an RBI single. First pitch, called a strike to Reisenweber from George Mance. Start off the bottom of the 6th.
Mansell's got a, from the left side. I don't know what grade he's in, but if he's an underclassman, he's going to be really effective as he picks up some velo and some mound presence there and able to spot his fastball, because his curveball is pretty nice, and coming from the left side, predominantly right-handers a lot of times in the lineup. So I like what I see from him.
1-1 pitch, fouled over and out of play by Reisenweber. Count 1-2. Yeah, I don't know what class he is. I do know all that Smithsburg has is one senior this season, as they in the past 2 seasons have graduated a total of 16, and they have at least 6 sophomores on the team this year. Didn't hear how many juniors or freshmen on the varsity level as the pitch. A check swing by Reisenweber, but he gets a piece of it. It's a grounder over the second baseman. Becker is throw to first for out number 1. The excuse me swing again gets Martinsburg.
Excuse me swing. That ball kind of got in on him. Yeah, I mean, great pitching there by Mance. He just worked his pitches there and finally got Reisenweber kind of guessing a little bit on a fastball. That got in on him, and he just check swinged it just enough of the plate to make him check his swing, and they caught a piece of the bat there, unfortunately for Ben.
Christian Alter now steps up to the plate for Martinsburg. First pitch from Mance inside for ball 1.
But at the moment, Mance's curveball is really nice. Just need to find a little bit of velo to go with it. If he picks up a couple mile an hour on that fastball, he's going to be really effective.
1-0 pitch, fouled, almost going through the net and getting our main camera, but it just missed. Count 1-1.
Pitcher Rupenthal on deck. Could be Martinsburg's last offensive inning if they hold here in the top of the 7th.
Yep, they sit comfortably with a 6-run lead at 10-4 over Smithsburg as a hard grounder over to the third baseman. Preston Givens throw across the diamond, beautifully done to Sarber for out number 2 to retire Alter. So 4-3 put out for out number 1, followed by a 5-3 ground out for out number 2, and now batting is Owen Rupenthal for Martinsburg.
Rupenthal is 2 for 3 tonight and done a great job on the mound. See if he can help his calls here.
First pitch, he lets go by for strike 1. I believe he has 3 RBIs. Not sure if he was given an RBI the first time up or not because of the throwing error resulting in the scored a run that went over to that third base fence. I believe he should still get one. See you shaking your head yes as that pitch misses.
Well, I mean, he's not going to get the RBI because of the error, but certainly his...
Still a 2 RBI day for him.
Yeah, he still he put a charge in it and give his team an opportunity, and Ben reacted really well on the throw and was able to score on it. Smithsburg is coming here down 6. I mean, a strike there on Rupenthal, but they're still playing well, playing hard. We've watched them all night. They've made the routine plays. Had one kind of a ball that got away from the center fielder out there, and that happens sometimes when you're away from home in the lights. But there's a ball's outside there. But
count now 2-2.
Other than that, I mean, Smithsburg's played pretty clean and took advantage of everything that Martinsburg gave them, don't have a tremendous amount of hits, maybe 2. But was able to play, neck and neck with Martinsburg for 5 innings and get the lead.
2-2 pitch gets Rupenthal to dance a little bit in that left-handed box as breaking ball kind of caught him off guard, and umpire called it a ball. Count 3-2.
That's that big curveball that he has. When he matches that up with some little extra velo as he grows into it, he's going to be really tough to hit.
3-2 pitch, grounded foul over and out of play down the first base side, keeping the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases clear. Bottom of the 6th, it's Martinsburg 10, Smithsburg 4.
Threw that curveball back to back that time. Owen kind of waiting on it.
George Mance sets. Wind up and the payoff pitch to Rupenthal. Low for ball 4.
So Rupenthal's been on base 3 times tonight. A couple RBIs. Done a great job on the mound. Putting him in a possibility for a player of the game. Buber DHing has beat the wall up. Could certainly be there too, but hasn't been able, because of his stiffness in his elbow, been able to contribute much on the defensive side.
Braden Miller now courtesy runs for Martinsburg over at first, and that lead that he has forces Mans to step off the rubber.
Yeah, the
Jameer
left.
Brown up the bat. Brown takes the first pitch inside for a ball.
Miller coming in from, I believe, from Musselman this year, transferred in. Seeing some time here. Courtesy running here tonight for the pitcher.
Jameer swings through the next pitch. Count now 1-1. Runner on first takes his lead.
Sucked down that. Choked on it.
You're excused. 1-1 pitch. Outside, the count now 2-1.
If I had a hot coffee, it probably wouldn't happen. My throat wouldn't be so stuffed up in my nose.
You can have your Dr. Pepper.
I know, but the intern went and got coffee. I thought
It's
we
not
could,
an intern.
I thought we could talk him into it.
That one grounded foul. Now the count 2-2. We need an intern.
We don't
you
get
know
to
one?
boss nobody around.
It's true.
What? Need an intern?
Yeah, we need an intern. You know anybody?
No. We just need somebody to get us hot dogs after a 300-pitch game.
2-2 pitch. Inside to Jameer Brown. Almost hit him. Count now 3-2.
I ain't so sure it didn't get a little bit of that
Yeah, I thought it
jersey.
might have touched the jersey, but he didn't sell it. Got to sell it.
Good thing he's thin. It would have hit me.
Same.
Right in the valley.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This is grounded over to the third baseman. Givens, his throw to first ends the inning.
Strong throw.
So down goes Martinsburg. No runs cross the plate in the bottom of the 6th. They strand one as well. We head to the top of the 7th with Smithsburg down to its final 3 outs potentially as they trail Martinsburg 10-4. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10. We're back in 1 minute.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
Can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back here. Top of the 7th inning, brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to fordofhagerstown.com. 10-4, Martinsburg. 3 outs away from picking up win number 6 on the year. Smithsburg down to its final 3 outs, trying to avoid falling to 0-2 to start its season. Owen Rupenthal out on the mound, ready to face Bowman, Heath Givens, and then Preston Givens, the 2-3-4 batters for Smithsburg. Bowman so far 0 for 3 today, struck out swinging twice. Hopped up to the second baseman his last time up as well. Eli Bowman ready to go here for the top of the 7th against Owen Rupenthal. The first pitch up and in for ball 1. Rupenthal sets. Here comes the 1-0 pitch now to Bowman. That's grounded down the first base line and fair. Jameer Brown snags it, steps on the first base bag for out number 1. That brings up now Heath Givens.
Heath Givens.
He'll step into the right-handed box against Rupenthal. Pitch. Fly ball into shallow right field. Second baseman Keegan Everhart makes the catch for out number 2. Great hustle by Keegan. Now Smithsburg down to its final out.
Now batting number 8, Preston Giffens.
As Preston Giffens steps up to the plate. Trip, it's all been thanks to a 7-run bottom of the 5th for Martinsburg to get that 10-4 lead.
Yeah, 2 big innings for Martinsburg. Responding, coming out hot early and then responding after Smithsburg was able to take the lead on a kind of a little bit of a play that got away from Martinsburg. So they responded big, and
count 0-2.
They were ready. They responded, and after a double by Givens, then he had a strikeout that got away. A pitch that got away, and then a strikeout. But it was an unearned run that Rubenthal gave up that allowed Smithsburg to take the lead. And after that, Rubenthal just settled in.
This pitch was low. Count now 1-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on base. The 1-2 pitch popped up over an ad of play on the first base side to Preston Giffens. Giffens struck out swinging, walked, and had a double his last time up. 1-2 pitch just misses outside. The count now even at 2-2 to Giffens. So when Rubenthal steps back on the rubber for Martinsburg. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The wind-up kick and pitch. Tipped into the glove of Braden Edwards, and that's the ball game. Martinsburg defeats Smithsburg 10-4 and improves to 6-0 on the season. And Smithsburg falls to 0-2 as they go 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 7th inning. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, then be back to wrap things up on the post-game show. Have a post-game interview as well. Again, final score, Martinsburg 10, Smithsburg 4. We're back in 2 minutes. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com. The Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results hopes to see you at the 27th Annual Eastern Panhandle Home Show, April 6th and 7th in the Martinsburg Roundhouse. Make sure to stop by their location inside the Roundhouse at booth numbers 35 and 36 to meet their team and learn how they can help you with whatever you need. The Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results is proud to be a gold sponsor for this year's home show and hope you come see them at the Martinsburg Roundhouse, April 6th and 7th.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park as the Martinsburg Bulldogs are victorious once again as they improve to now 6-0 on the season, picking up tonight a 10-4 victory over the Smithsburg Leopards, who fall to 0-2 to start off the season for them. As we welcome you into the postgame show, brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10, alongside me's Trip Tobin, who we've sent down to get ready for our post-game interviews. On-site producers, Aiden Sensible. Back in the studio is Dylan Bishop. It was a good start for Martinsburg. After Smithsburg scored one in the top of the first, the Bulldogs responded with 3 runs in the bottom of the first to go up 3-1, but then Smithsburg was able to tie things up at 3 apiece in the top of the third, took the lead in the top of the fifth, 4-3, but after that it was all Martinsburg, scoring 7 runs in the bottom of the fifth, and that was that. They were able to get the win over Smithsburg. Martinsburg 10 runs on 8 hits, no errors, 6 left on base for Smithsburg, 4 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, 6 left on base. As well as the game summaries are brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com as Martinsburg's post-game huddle about to break. And then Trip Tobin will be joined by Owen Rupenthal, who is tonight's player of the game, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. And after that, he will be joined by Aaron Byler, the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, who again get the 10-4 win over Smithsburg and improve to 6-0 on the season, and are back in action here at P.O. Faulkner Park tomorrow night, playing host to Washington, as Owen and Tripp make their way down slowly on that third base side to the position behind home plate for our post-game interview, making sure they are in position so we are able to pick up the microphone as best as we possibly can. Tripp, whenever you're ready, we're good to go. See, kind of adjusts over a little bit more, waiting to make sure he's also in the view of the camera.
All right. I'm here with the player of the game, Owen Rupenthal. Owen, you came in the third inning. Jameer struggled a little bit tonight, and you were able to come in. Came in with the bases loaded, give up that first walk, and after that you cruised after that. Can you take us through that inning and what happened and how you felt after that?
Yeah, it was just coming in a tough spot. It was kind of difficult, and my mechanics weren't really where I wanted them to be that first inning, but I battled through, and then coming through the rest of the game, I kind of felt myself getting locked in. I knew I just needed to throw strikes, and I didn't really go much throw anything else besides the fastball, because that was working for me tonight. So no need to go with anything else. And I just I had some walks in some spots that I didn't really want, but
you only had one walk.
Yeah.
5 strikeouts, 4 in the third. You did a great job.
Yeah, thank you. But I just came in through quality at bats, got outs, and didn't really throw a lot of pitches either.
So you come up, you guys kind of give up a cheap run there, and I believe it was the 5th inning. You come up in the bottom of the 5th and had a double that scored 2 runs that give you guys a lead. Can you take us through that at bat?
Yeah. So the first pitch, I was kicking myself for that one because I missed that pitch. I knew what I did wrong there. I knew what I had to do. I saw a couple more, and then I saw a little slider it looked like coming in. I was able to sit on that, keep my hands back, and then put it to the right side, which was the job I was trying to do, and it ended up scoring 2 runs. So I was pretty happy about that.
So you got a big week this week. What are you looking forward to as you get into a couple EPAC games?
We're just looking forward to get a couple wins. Proof that we should be that number 1 spot. We're Martinsburg. We just want to prove to everyone else that we can be the top dogs.
2 for 3 tonight. A couple RBIs coming in a big spot pitching. Went 4 in the third. 1 walk after that. Settled in. 5 strikeouts, and you give your team a chance to come back and win. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We now wait for Aaron Byler to make his way over to join Tripp.
Here with winning Coach Aaron Byler. Got 6-0. A little bit of a quick start there in the first inning, then kind of put some goose eggs up on the board, and uncannily the pitching kind of went south on you early, but you had a senior come in and shut it down. You take us through that take us through that first couple innings.
Well, I didn't think we played very good. I think we had one good inning there midway through, but credit to Owen for coming in, doing what he was supposed to be doing, and throwing strikes. We have pretty good defense, but if we don't throw strikes, we can't play defense.
Kind of a crazy night. You got a hit and run double play, a double steal. The strike zone got away from you down there. Had a balk. I mean, a lot of things happened. Like I said, a double steal, a ball that squibs away that the catcher can't seem to get out of his hand, and a run scores. Other than that, I mean, just kind of a weird night. But your team was able to overcome all those small things and come back, and then we just continue to see their perseverance. And so, how's the team feeling?
Well, let's call it what it was. It wasn't very good baseball for a while. But yeah, again, give them credit. I mean, they battle and they fight through things, and we didn't play very well. But at the end of the day, they're 6-0, and they find a way to win. So as unhappy as I am with the performance tonight, minus a few bright spots, Owen Rubenthal doing a great job there on the mound. They find a way to win. So as long as they continue to find a way to win, then we'll be all right.
So you got a couple of big EPAC matchups, and so you kind of got into your pitching staff here tonight. What does using up two guys tonight do for you the rest of the week?
We'll be fine. Lane will go tomorrow with Christian in relief, and then hopefully we let Carson DH tonight. But I think he's all right. Just a little soreness, so hopefully Carson will be back to go on Thursday, and then you worry about your two EPAC games on Tuesday and Thursday. Whatever happens on Friday happens, but that's where our focus is on Washington tomorrow night.
All right, well, congratulations, 6-0.
Thanks, Trip.
Thank you to Aaron Beiler as well as Owen Rubenthal. We'll step aside, take another 2-minute break now, and on the other side of that break, we'll finish things off in the Palace Lounge post-game show. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Back in 2 minutes.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
Can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We welcome you back to the final part of the Palace Lounge post-game show on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Martinsburg 6-0 on the year, picks up a 10-4 victory against Smithsburg tonight. Let's now get into today's game stats, brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. We'll start off with the offense for Martinsburg, as it was a 2-for-4 day for Isaac Grove. He had 2 RBIs, scored 2 runs as well. 2-for-4 day for Carson Buber as well, with 2 RBIs and a run. For Oviedo, a 1-for-3 day, an RBI, walk, strikeout, 2 runs for him. Ben Reisenweber also goes 1-for-3 with an RBI, a walk, and 2 runs. Alter 0 for 1 with a walk, but an RBI as well. 2 for 3 day for Owen Rupenthal with 2 RBIs, a walk, and a strikeout. Jameer Brown goes 0 for 2. Had 2 walks, though, to reach base, and scored a run as well. Edwards 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Steen 0 for 2 with a run, a walk, and a strikeout, as again Martinsburg 10 runs, 8 hits, no errors. For the Bulldogs, Jameer Brown goes 2 2/3 innings, giving up 3 runs, all of them earned, 6 strikeouts, 6 walks. Winning pitcher, Owen Rupenthal, 4 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run, not earned, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. Losing pitcher today goes to Sarber, who went 4 1/3 innings, giving up 7 runs, all earned, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 6 hits. Then Mance 1 2/3 innings, giving up 2 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, with 2 strikeouts and 3 walks, as Smithsburg had 4 runs on 2 hits and 2 errors. Already did the player of the game when you were down there with Owen Rupenthal, but any final thoughts, Tripp, before we wrap things up?
No, I mean, it's Martinsburg Station, but we do have to tip our cap a little bit to a young Smithsburg team to give them a fight for 5 innings, and, that's a big task here. But I think head coach said it all. Coach Bowler said, I'm not happy with it. It was ugly. I'm not happy with the performance, but I'm happy with the win. As long as they continue to find a way to win, we'll continue to work on these things, and we're going to have these nights, and, where not everything goes our way, but we just have to have the perseverance to get through it, and they do, and they're 6-0, and showing some depth on the mound. And so I think they have the makings to be, a front runner to, for the sectional and possibly the regional at this point. But still a lot of baseball, a lot of good teams out there. Washington wins tonight. Musselman plays a tough game. Jefferson gets a big win, and Spring Mill's played them tough, so it's going to be fun watching them this week. And we get to see 2 EPAC games Tuesday and Thursday and see what they're made of here in the area.
Yep, as you just heard from Tripp, tomorrow EPAC baseball for you on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 as Martinsburg back at home taking on the Washington Patriots. 6:40 p.m. pregame coverage, 7 p.m. first pitch. But for Dylan Bishop back at the studio, Aiden Sensible, our on-site producer, Tripp Tobin, my color commentator, I'm Colin McLaughlin, signing off for today's game. Final score, Martinsburg 10, Smithsburg 4. This has been West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford, Rocks, the Heffley Motor Company, the Wagner Law Firm, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, the Skinner Law Firm, the Browns Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Orsini's, Carter Myers Automotive, Century 21 Modern Realty Results, the Palace Lounge, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Hagerstown Ford, the Berkeley County Health Department, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Mother Shuckers, L.A. Roberts Jewelers, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, and the Mansion Freddie Law Firm.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradiowrnr.com. All rights reserved.